success in game one. Opting for the Gnar instead is not a terrible idea, but I think I would have liked to have seen the Ornn get taken away there.
Yeah, it kind of signals to me that Sand Ninjas wants to maybe go for Kale here. I mean, it would be interesting. This Cho'Gath can be flexible. It does kind of okay. I mean, I guess it's more signaling to me that they want to give this Cho'Gath an easier time in the top lane. I like blinked for a second that like, oh yeah, they still have like a top laner available, right? Cho'Gath is a jungler.
I would choke in mid lane or jungle, right?
What is the season 2?
Could be Victor top.
Ooh, okay, Lulu, interesting. So if this gets locked in, if that's what Sleepy Giant Panda is looking for, I don't hate it. Once again, Sleepy Giant Panda, good on these enchanter supports, really, really strong. Plays a lot of Nami, has been played Karma in the previous game, played Seraphine before that. Like, this is a champion. These are types of champions that Sleepy Giant Panda is really, really comfortable on. And having Lulu here is huge. Rel has one of the things we like to talk about Rel is very good at going in, very bad at getting out. And the best way to punish someone who's very hard at leaving a situation is turning them into a squirrel.
That is definitely good. Turning someone into a squirrel is highly effective against a Nocturne. So I don't know if this is actually going to get locked in here for Swag. It does fit with their team composition style of diving in deep, and holy crap, are Swag diving in. All of those champions have ways to pick fights, which is the way Swag fought in game 2, right? It didn't work out for him that well, but it was the same principle. Galio in the bottom side of the map, mid lane Diana, looking to pick fights, Hecarim in the jungle, right? Everyone is looking to skirmish almost all the time. And it almost worked out for him, or it did work out for him. They brought it to a game, they brought it to a win, and now we're 1-1 in the series. So Swag are sort of, in my mind, it looks like they are leaning into what just worked for them in game 2. Conversely, Sand Ninjas, much more standard front-to-back composition, right? Jinx, Lulu, Victor, massive late game safety carry potential from those 3 champions. Cho'Gath, huge frontline. Trundle, great pick to sap all the armor from an Ornn and from a Galio. I like Sand Ninja's composition. I think this is the first time this series where I've said those words, but I'm saying them. I think Sand Ninjas have a pretty good composition. I'm just a little bit concerned for the early game because Swag have so many tools to take the fight to Sand Ninjas in that early game between the Nocturne ultimate and Rel and Samira and Galio. Like the dive is real. And Sand Ninjas don't have a lot of early game damage to answer that dive. But if the Victor and the Jinx can come online relatively early, if we can see Squishy, or not Squishy, if we can see Black, and we can see Isuck, or Wang Badang probably, if we can see Wang Badang and Black coming online on these picks, then we could see Sand Ninjas performing really well in this game. And if I was going to put money on somebody on Sand Ninjas to do well, it would be Black, or maybe Wang Badang.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is going to be a comp where I think Sand Ninjas is starting to kind of get an idea or has finally figured out a way to get to kind of counter what Swag has been doing. You know, we see a Trundle, we see a Lulu, we see high engaged champions on Swag, we see lots of tanks. Trundle very good at stealing stats, like you said. Lulu very good for punishing anyone who gets too close to Jinx. And this team comp, it just seems like it's just one big zoning tool for Jinx to pop off. Very, very well played by the Sand Ninjas here in this draft. It's a very, very good team composition in my opinion.
I agree, but like I said, my only concern is, can you find a foothold in the early game? Because we're looking at most likely, we're looking at Galio and Nocturne in the middle sort of half of the map for Swag, and a Samira Rel in the bot lane, right? There's a lot to be afraid of there if you're a Jinx, if you're a Victor, even if you're a Trundle, right? Not real likely to have mid lane priority from the Victor, not real likely to have bot lane priority from the Jinx, especially if, I think a lot of this will come down to the jungle matchup once again. I think this might go very similarly to game 1, where it's all about the jungle. It's all about who is pressuring what side of the map and when, because Swag's bot lane can be enabled through jungle pressure and through mid lane pressure to go nuts and to shove and to get aggressive and look for skirmishes and look for dives and look for dragons and all that stuff that comes with a bot lane that has pressure. But excuse me, if Swag don't play around that, If Vice doesn't play around that, if it's instead Perklo who is setting the tempo in the jungle on the Trundle, which is a bit harder to do on Trundle than it is on Nunu, but if it's Perklo who's setting the tempo, then Sand Ninjas, if they have any sort of pressure at all from the bot lane, Black and Sleepy Panda, we have seen multiple times that they know how to abuse that pressure. They know how to get kills and find leads, even in lanes where they maybe shouldn't, and they could easily snowball that into a game 3 win for the Sand Ninjas.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we see a lot of stuff going on here. I'm personally huge fan of the big global comp that Swag has drafted here. They have a lot of very long range ultimates. They have Nocturne and Galio. Obviously, I'm gonna predict that they're gonna be packing a double teleport as well. It's gonna be a hard team to just kind of get ahead of. If they are prepared, they are going to be very, very hard to stop for sure, especially at some of these objectives. Certainly should be a really, really good match we got going on here.
We'll see. I think we're gonna know. I suspect we will know by the 10 to 15 minute mark who's gonna win this game. I think if Swag can control the early map and especially keep Wangbadang and Black down in these early levels, then they are gonna propel us into a game 4 at Mach 10. But conversely, if Wangbadang can hold on, or especially if Wang or Black start getting some kills on these carries in the first 5-10 minutes, that will be a very good sign for Sand Ninjas being able to get to the point where that front to back is there, where Vice can't go in, where Fizz can't go in, where Squishy and Oswald can't go in, and all of a sudden, there's just this massive wall of meat to protect Wangbadang and Black, who are doing a crazy amount of damage and melting Zap and melting Fizz.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, once again, this is a composition designed not to counter Swag's team comp, but their play style as well. We already talked about it a little bit, and you've mentioned it as well. I think Sand Ninjas have really honed in on the kind of compositions that Swag's like playing. This is the 3rd game in a row that they've drafted 3 tanks. All Jinx needs to do is really just build a Blade of the Rune King and an anti-healing item, and a lot of these frontliners are gonna melt.
The problem is, you're right. If you get those items, the frontliners will melt. But like I keep saying, you gotta get to those items. And until that point, until the Kraken Slayer and until some other items start coming through, Leandri's Kraken Slayer being the big 2, there will be a period of time, likely until the 15 to 20 minute mark, where Swag should be able to pretty much run over the map. And if they can't, especially once Vice hits level 6, and if they can't, I think that'll bode well for Sand Ninjas. But it's gonna come down almost entirely to the ultimate usage, right? Especially the paranoia. I think it's all about Vice. It's all about how Vice plays the map, whether he can set the tempo in the jungle, or whether the jungle tempo gets set against him by Perklo. If he can dictate where he wants to be, he can say, I can show up where I want and when I want and go on who I want whenever I want, then that is the sort of pressure that needs to come through from Swag to make it so that Sand Ninjas aren't able to have their carries even think about stepping up to pressure the map, so they can't get CS, they get zoned off kills, they get dove under turret, and they just all in all have a real bad time.
Yeah, for sure. But we are going to take just a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to be on the Rift for Sand Ninjas versus Team Swag Game 3. Don't go anywhere. This is a really, really important series and has gone back and forth. You want to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports. We are Shinkari and Baymax casting for you guys today, and we are in game 3, Sand Ninjas versus Team Swag, and we might have a bit of a cheeky invade here as Black Mass might be caught out. Maybe?
He's
Perhaps?
fine.
Yeah, he's going to get away. Sadly,
No
the horse girl isn't very fast.
Sadly, yeah. No one willing to commit a flash on the side of Swag, which I think is fair because Swag didn't really know where anyone else on the Sand Ninjas was. Like, as far as they knew, everyone else could have been waiting in that tri-bush. Right?
Yeah,
it's possible. So I don't hate the restraint. That being said, it's a little bit more disappointing from the spectator angle, right? It's always fun to see those fireworks fly from the very beginning of the game. And if there is one thing that these teams have been so far in this series, it's coin flippy. My God, I was talking about this in the break with you and during Champion Selects. So far, neither of these teams has particularly impressed me in terms of their cleanness, in terms of, executing in a way that makes sense, I guess, and where they find leads and hold on to them and don't give things away. But these teams have both excelled in one thing, and that is lots and lots of skirmishing, lots and lots of fighting. It's been super fun to watch, and I see no reason to believe that is going to change. And I think that sort of play style with these compositions will favor Swag. Although here comes a 2v2 again. Black and Sleepy Giant Panda are really fans of hiding in the bush here.
Yeah, this level 1 is really going into their favor. Squishy forced to run away here. The ignite is ticking on them. Sleepy Giant Panda still pretty low. Oswald just waiting in the bushes here. It does seem to be like this is just the opposing bot lane just flexing their muscles over and over again. We've seen back and forth them just flexing their level 1 muscles, just kind of showing that they're the better bot lane, even in situations where they should be losing.
I will say in the 2v2, like, this is definitely a 2v2 that in the early levels, you gotta respect the Lulu poke, right? If you're the Rel, you're the Samira, you don't have the damage to just all in and kill right away on the waves. You're going to eat too much mini damage and you're going to die. So I think this is more of a misplay from Oswald and Squishy, not respecting that they don't have the all-in potential that they're going to need until they're level 2 or maybe level 3, and then they can look to really contest the push on the wave. But instead, they tried to fight, and they ended up losing the trade. And now they're getting poked down quite hard. Oswald forced to flash in the 2 versus 2. Black and Sleepy are ready to run roughshod over this lane.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Rel, real good at going in. That ability is insanely strong, but once she's in, her movement speed is greatly reduced. It's really hard for her to get out. Perklo waiting in the wings here for the minions. Oh yeah, here comes the turret dive. He's going to start tanking turret here. Oswald is insanely low, but First Blood is going to go over to Perklo here, and he's going to pick up a double kill for himself as well. Lulu is going to get executed underneath the turret. Fizz is coming in for the side. He's going to get the taunt. He's going to get the knockup, but he's going to get the shutdown. He will. That's a decent chunk of gold going over to the Hugalio here. He did have to spend his flash, but that is huge for the Sand Ninjas bot lane here.
Oh, yeah. Who cares if Fizz got a shutdown kill? Like, sure, could a Galio carry with shutdown gold? Maybe. I've seen it happen before. Not real likely. Would I rather be Sand Ninjas and get Squishy behind and get 2 kills on my jungler, who, like we said, this game is going to be set by the jungle tempo. If Vice is being forced out of the river, out of vision, back in his own jungle, because Perklo is just running all over the map because he's a fed troll with a bunch of kills, then that basically shatters Swag's win condition. So getting Perklo ahead early, totally great. Setting Squishy behind as well. Squishy lost the turret plate. Squishy lost a bunch of minions in the wave. Take a look at the wave stacking in favor of Black right now. The CS lead bot lane going to be going in favor of the Jinx in the near future here. Definitely Sand Ninjas are in a pretty good spot, considering we're, only 4.5 minutes into the game. It's nothing too crazy, right? 400 gold lead, anything could happen. But definitely, if you're a Sand Ninjas fan, this is not a bad way to start the game. And once again, Perklo setting up a tent in the bot lane.
Yeah, he really, really wants to get his team ahead. This is definitely their win condition here in the bot lane, and it's going to be huge. Here comes the zone. That's going to be the top.
Teleport.
That's going to be the pillar as well. The teleport is coming down. That's going to be the knock up into the air. Galio is coming in. That's going to be the taunt as well. Another teleport. 2 more are coming into this bot lane. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everybody is here. Cho'Gath is in the bot lane as well. Oswald is now looking for the damage on it. Isaac is not going to be able to find the knockup. Ornn is here as well. It's a 4v4 in the bot lane. Squishy's going to be able to find a kill on the Lulu. Here comes Nocturne in for the jungle. That's going to be a taunt channel, but not going to be able to find anyone else. It's going to be a 2-for-1 in the bot lane.
Where do I begin? What a crazy start to the fight. At first, I was thinking, okay, double teleport from Zapsus and Fizz. That's a lot of cooldowns to invest to get 1 kill onto Perklo for your Ornn, right? Like, that was a lot to be invested. I think that maybe even been a win for Sand Ninjas. But then Isaac and Wangbadang want to get in on the fun. Wangbadang manages to trade a kill back. So 3-3 now in kills. Sand Ninjas getting it evened up there. I don't really know who that favors. Dragon did end up going over to Swag, but Wangbadang picking up the kill. We talked about it before. It's big for these carries to get these kills on the side of Sand Ninjas. Speaking of carries getting kills, bot lane, seeing some fighting happening.
Yeah, Squishy is forcing them to dodge out of this fight here. They're really looking for the kill on the Black Mass. Squishy is at this max stack. He's at that triple S, but he doesn't have his ultimate just yet. The Conqueror has proc, but Oswald is so insanely low. Black Mass has gotten excited. Can he get another kill? These rockets are a lot faster now thanks to that patch. It looks like they're just going to back away now, as that's just going to be a 1-for-0 on the bot lane.
Yeah, the rockets are faster, but they still don't do more damage. A Doran's Blade and a Cull aren't exactly the major power spikes you normally look to see for a Jinx to start really popping off. But definitely another kill onto a key carry for the Sand Ninjas. Well played by Black and Sleepy Giant Panda to turn around a 2-versus-3. And meanwhile, Perklo on the other side of the map taking Vice's jungle away, making sure his Raptors aren't there when he gets back onto the Rift. I want to point out we're getting close to level 6 for this Nocturne. He's not quite there yet. Meanwhile, another gank mid lane.
Yeah, Fizz is going to get caught here by 2 great zoning tools. He's going to get thrown into the gravity well. He's going to use his heroic entrance to dash over to Nocturne. He's alive. He's good to go. And that's going to be an ultimate traded away for I believe, an ultimate on the other side. So I think a pretty even trade, honestly.
Chaos Storm, meanwhile, mid lane, Vice looks like he's thinking about making some mincemeat out of Wangbadang. I think the Scuttle Cup will give him level 6 on the Nocturne, but Wang is able to shove that Laven and get back out to safety. Okay, Paranoia has been unlocked for the Nocturne. This is the key cooldown that can let Swag's composition really come online. That being said, it's a lot less effective without a heroic entrance, and Fizz just had his forced out in that mid lane fight. So Vice could be biting off more than he can chew here.
Oh yeah, he is caught out by the pillar here. He's gonna grab a couple more Raptors here for himself. Oh, come on, just let him do his thing.
That ain't cool, man.
Come on, man.
Come on,
that's
man.
That's not cool.
Sometimes you just want to build some items on a forge.
Yeah. You don't know.
Really
he's
sucks.
probably being Santa Claus and making like a toy for like a little kid, and you just interrupted his work. What a jerk. Cho'Gath. Wow. Doesn't like kids. Put it on Twitter.
I never considered that, but I would retweet that. Yeah.
Put that on Twitter.
I would retweet.
Cho'Gath call out post. Cho'Gath doesn't like kids.
Well, Isaac might not like kids. I'm taking a look at this bot lane.
No, not Isaac.
I'm
Cho'Gath.
kidding.
The champion Cho'Gath.
Well, Cho'Gath might not like kids. I'm looking at this bot lane. I'm thinking Perklo doesn't like Squishy and Oswald very much because I think he's looking to wait in this bush for a while. Maybe not. Maybe he's getting aggressive. He's going into Vice's bottom side jungle. This could be bad news. Fizz, they were looking for a dive. Can they pull this off?
Perklo's looking to
Vice
do it to him
Paranoia.
again. Yeah, that's going to be the immediate dive here. He's going to back away as Rel is looking to punish, but Perklo wants in once again. That's going to be exhaust coming down. He's trying to try to dash away, but Oswald is insanely low. They're still not within range to do anything just yet. They can't quite do it just yet. And
Vice has Paranoia.
Oh, yeah. Fizz is coming in. Okay, here comes the Paranoia. He's diving down onto the Fizz, onto the Jinx here. He's going to flash forward looking for the Lulu. They're all insanely low. They can't quite find it. Black Mass has used the heal. Oh, no. That's going to be the snipe kill onto the Lulu here. Parklow still with pretty high health here, can still keep going if he wants. But he's just going to back away after chugging a potion.
That is the perfect example, once again, of these teams not playing as clean as I would expect, I think. First off, that dive, I'm sorry, Sand Ninjas, that was played, the juggling of the turret aggro was so bad. That was so bad. The dive did end up going fairly well. Perklow got both the kills, which is not ideal. Ideally, you want Black to pick up one, but fine. Get 2 kills on a Perklow, then disrespecting the paranoia from Vise, right? Backward from the turret, you're in a bad spot. There's no reason to hang around. You got to remember there's a Nocturne in play. But Vise dives onto the back line. He ends up sort of going in by himself because Fizz just as punches into the wall and goes nowhere. And it's like, my guy, it's just that whole exchange sort of hurt to watch. And now I'm going to move past it because we got the second dragon of the game spawning. Battle Crab in contention, getting picked up there by the Sand Ninjas. And so far, we're 6 kills to 4 in favor of the Sand Ninjas, about a 2,000 gold lead. So all that being said, we are still in a good place for SM.
Yeah, and this looks like a an Ocean Drake for the blue side here. So it means that we're either going to be getting a Mountain or an Infernal Drake. It's going to be an Infernal Soul for this map, and that is huge. I was going to say that both of the Infernal and the Mountain Souls are very, very good if you're ahead. Possibly the best souls in the game for teams that are ahead. And, you know, if we've seen these teams kind of snowball into victory if they're allowed to do so, especially the Sand Ninjas. So let's see if that's their pathway to victory here. Perklow waiting in the wings for this dive. Sleepy Giant Panda. Okay, yeah, he's looking for the lane gank here. Okay, that's going to be a flash. That's going to be the Magna Storm. There's the Paranoia. The Trundle turret comes down as well. The teleport is coming down from the mid lane here. It's going to get canceled, and they're going to all back away. It's a teleport from Ornn. Teleport from Ornn.
Lots of resources used. No one dies. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that benefits the Sand Ninjas because they can look to re-engage right here. No more paranoia for Veach to answer, but here comes the teleport from Fizz.
Yeah, that's going to be the teleport from Galio coming down. He's now looking for the Trundle. He can't quite find it. He's going to find it. Now Victor is in the middle of this mess as well. Fizz is trying to back away, but they can block the Justice Punch. Vise is now hanging out on the side here. Can't quite find an entrance, but that's a big pickup for the Sand Ninjas here.
Yeah, all the kills that Sand Ninjas are getting are going on priority targets. Wang Badang, Black, and Perklow all being able to run away with this early game. Squishy getting dove under his own turret.
They're looking for real deep here. That's going to be the Gravity Well. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes out across as well, and Wang Badang is going to pick up a double kill for himself. Oswald is now underneath his second tier turret, and that's the triple kill for the Victor. So early on, so much gold in his pocket. This is what you want to see on a scaling champion like Victor.
Yeah, I will say this is, so you're not wrong. However, this is pretty reminiscent in my mind of that game 2 when the Sand Ninjas were up about 4,000 gold at close to this point in the game, maybe a little bit later, and they ended up throwing the lead, and it looked way more like Swag was going to win. Now, that was a little bit different because that was not nearly as much of a scaling composition from the Sand Ninjas. Honestly, it's going to be probably even harder to throw a lead with a composition that scales as well as a Victor and a Jinx and a Lulu do. But that being said, Sand Ninjas are in a fantastic spot. Don't count out Swag because Sand Ninjas have made some mistakes. Swag are definitely still in this game, but there is a palpable lead for the Sand Ninjas. They are playing the map quite well right now. Sleepy Giant Panda could be he's doing some things.
He's using the polymorph early. They're able to find a stun. They're knocking Jinx into the air, but the damage is split. The Magna Storm comes across. Black Mass can't leave just yet. That's the ultimate coming down from Samira here. Not doing a whole lot of damage. Here comes Galio in for the cleanup. The shutdown's going to go onto Samira here. They're looking for Sleepy Giant Panda, but he's going to back away. Fizz is incredibly low, but no one from the blue side is here to punish him, so he's going to get away A-okay.
Yeah, and keep in mind back to that game too, when Swag's composition, which was a similar composition in a lot of ways, really came online was when it came to these team fighting, right? The wombo combos coming through. Last time it was all about the Diana and the Malphite and the Misfortune Bullet time. This time it's about the Magnet Storm and the Hero's Entrance, the Call of the Forge God, and the Inferno Trigger. There's a lot of damage and a lot of wombo that can come through from Swag if they execute these fights properly, and if a little bit of disrespect comes through from the Sand Ninjas. So remember how quickly Fizz was able to turn around just a couple key team fights and totally reverse the lead into a lead for Swag in that last game. That could happen again. That being said, the gold lead is still expanding in favor of Sand Ninjas as iSuck forces a flash out of Zapsus in the top lane.
Yeah, he forces a flash for trying to grab a cannon minion he couldn't quite kill. And I don't know if that's exactly worth. That's a pretty significant summoner spell being spent, as now both teams are fighting for vision in this river here. Dragon is spawning in about 40 seconds. So Orin does not have teleport, so if he wants to participate, he's going to have to walk straight down, but it looks like he's going top lane.
Does look like he's going top lane, which might signal that Swag are not real enthusiastic about the idea of contesting this dragon, which I think would be a mistake, right? Because we talked about it already. Sanders are playing a scaling composition. Swag have most of those team fighting tools that they need coming online to win a fight. The Call of the Forge God, of course, being a pretty big tool as well. And like you said, no teleport for Zapsus means that it could be a 5 versus 4 if Swag can't manage to stall this dragon out for the 15 or 20 seconds needed for that teleport to come online. And taking a look at the map, you can see Swag have no intentions at all of contesting this dragon. Everyone is nowhere nearby. So
yeah,
easy dragon pickup coming through for Sand Ninjas, which, you know, the dragon in and of itself doesn't mean much. It's just a second dragon of the game. We're not to a dragon soul yet. We're getting there, but it's not that important. But in terms of the tempo of the game, it is a terrible sign for Swag, because Swag have the team that's supposed to be spiking right now. They're about to have the level 11 Nocturne. They're about to have the level 2 Inferno Trigger on Squishy. They got the shield bow finished. Like, this is a team fighting dive team. These 5-on-5 skirmishes in the early game are where they should be thriving. They're going to really struggle later on if they can't find wins now.
Yeah, not to mention that Jinx has a Kraken Slayer and a finished Cull. So this is going to be a pretty big power spike for the Jinx here, especially at 2, 1, and 7, 143 CS. That's probably going to be a finished item pretty quickly. If you take a look at the gold really fast, 1,800 gold plus the sellable Cull here, that's a lot of gold, and that could be that much closer to, say, an Executioner or even a Runaan's Hurricane.
Now, that's a big deal. You're not wrong. Second item Jinx is terrifying. I want to point out the map quickly because Vise is on a control ward. He's getting face checked by Perklo. He was thinking about making a play, but he is the one getting engaged on here.
Uh-oh. Vise is not knocked away by the blast cone here, and he might get caught out. Wang Badang is here as well. Zaps is looking for the knockup, but he's not going to be able to find it. But it looks like he's the target now. The Chaos Storm is there. He's so incredibly low. The zap comes across the wall. Here comes the heroic entrance. It's not going to find a knockup on anyone, and now the blue team can just walk away A-okay with no punishments whatsoever. Ooh. And Cho'Gath just gets to push for free in the bottom lane.
Now, why walk away when you can drop Shelly and keep pushing forward? Oswald now having to dash his way to safety after a pillar finds him between a cold place and a hard place. Shelly taking out that first top lane turret. Meanwhile, like you said, iSuck in the bottom lane, the base of Swag feeling so much pressure. It's in shambles.
Yeah, to talk about shambles, it might be an understatement. It's so close to ending the game, but that's going to be an engagement from Oswald here. He's going to use the Magnet Storm as well, but they haven't really found a good target just yet. Squishy's going to dive right in. They're going to use the Inferno Trigger. Can they find something? Squishy's going to be able to find one kill. Orin's going to be able to find the second. Can they find more? iSuck is in the middle of this team here. Can he become iChomp? He's still very, very healthy. Squishy is just healing so much. They can't quite find the kill, but that is a 2 for 3 in favor of the blue team.
Yeah, Swag managed to make some kills come through, but ultimately they still lose another team fight, and their top lane inhibitor is now broken open. That makes this game 6 turrets to 0 in favor of Sand Ninjas. And I will say, I think Swag maybe are far enough behind that fight was worth it. That getting 2 kills and losing 3 and still losing that turret may have been the right play to make, but it still feels really, really bad because you're trying to make the best of a bad situation, but make no mistake, it's a terrible situation, right? Down 9,000 gold. You can't control dragons. You can't control the top half of the map. Baron hasn't even spawned yet, and you're defending an open inhibitor. Like, your turrets are getting shambles, your jungle camps are in shambles, your carries have no gold, everything is falling apart, and this is the point of the game where you're supposed to be thriving, but you're getting dumpstered. Just keeping it real. This is not even close right now. Sand Ninjas are running away with this game.
Yeah, 100%. I agree so much. Like, that entire fight up in the top side was a 4v5 for the most part. Cho'Gath was basically free to push in the bot lane and get all the way, not even get up all the way to the tower, but also take it as well. I mean, this is just so much that the Sand Ninjas are getting for basically free off of Team Swag here.
So much. And I mean, it's you know, I don't want to be too critical because at this point, it's like, what do you do about it if you're Swag? You know, you say like, oh, Sand Ninjas are getting everything for free. Well, there's not a lot that can be done to punish them except maybe this. Yeah,
they're going to find the team fight here. They can't quite find Black Mass, as much as they'd like. The heroic entrance is going to find a knock-up on a 2, but Black Mass is attacking for free in this backline. They can't quite find it. Super Mega Death Rocket comes across as a little bit of AoE damage. They haven't been able to find a kill. Even Squishy can't kill anyone. The Cho'Gath is here for the knock-up. That's going to be the triple kill, and that's going to be the first ace of this series, the first ace of the game, and it's to Sand Ninjas, and they're going to pick up probably 2 inhibitors off of this.
Probably 2 inhibitors and a 3rd dragon, and heck, maybe at this point, Swag just rolled over and gave up, right? They're down 12,000 gold, 21 minutes in. Realistically, Sand Ninjas, they could maybe look to end. They're going to play a little bit safer, although not a lot safer, as they tank up this turret and Wang drops really low on HP. Not content with just the 1 inhibitor. Sand Ninjas are going to try to take all 3, which may cost them some tempo on this dragon. This may be a bit risky.
Tempo.
Well, okay, they're far enough ahead that it probably won't matter. But if they were a little bit less ridiculously far ahead, this would have been a mistake.
Yeah, they really can't get onto Black Mass.
Here comes the paranoia.
Yeah, they're able to find the shutdown here. The Infernal Trigger is coming across. They're able to find a double kill onto Trundle here. Now Vise is looking for Sleepy Giant Panda, trying to kite him out of the fight here. I Suck is now the target for 3 members here, but Squishy is already dead. Where is the damage? But it doesn't matter. I Suck is already so incredibly low. Vise, now the only person left. Sleepy Giant Panda is going to use the exhaust, going to try to get away here. The spell shield comes across. He's feared. He's on the wrong side of this. Vise is going to be able to pick up a kill here as Victor is soloing the dragon and just picks it up.
Does manage to get it, invested the Chaos Storm for it, but good job on Wang Badang, the only member of his team who actually has like his eye on the ball here. Everyone else decides to sort of run it down for some reason. Lack of respect, lack of discipline, and lack of respect from Black, from Sleepy, from Perklo, from I Suck. But good job, Wang, being the shining light in the darkness, getting that 3rd dragon for your team. And so despite a pretty disastrous team fight for Sand Ninjas, they don't end up losing too much. The gold gap has shortened a little bit, but we're still looking at almost 10,000. We're still looking at almost 10. It was 13,000. It was 13,000, all right?
Yeah.
It's still 10,000 separating these teams. And
yeah, but it's 10,000 gold at 23 minutes. 23 minutes in this game, 10,000 gold.
I'm not saying it's not a big gold lead, but it has shortened a little bit. It was bigger. It was bigger.
I mean, yeah. Technically, going from 1.5 inches to 1 inch is certainly a decrease.
Shinkari, when you're this far behind, do you not take what you can get? You not take what you can get. Come on.
But like, what are you really getting? It's like, hey, I didn't get enough food yesterday. Oh yeah? Well, here's a grain of rice. Shut up. Like, here's a pasta
happen
noodle.
To like rice. I'm insulted by that. Ooh.
You like rice, or can you eat a rice grain and be happy about it? I'm talking about one. I'm not even talking about a cup of rice. I'm not talking about half a cup of rice. I'm talking about one rice grain.
One singular rice grain. I
Mm.
I think 3,000 gold is a bit more than one rice grain. That's got to be at least 5.
It's got to be at least 5.
We got a paused game here. We got a paused game. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Hopefully we'll get that figured out in the near future. But regardless, I don't think this pause is especially likely to have an impact on the outcome of this game. Let's take note of where we are right now, because we were sort of rambling about nothing for a few minutes there. Baron has been picked up and is in the pockets of all 5 members of the Sand Ninjas. And keep in mind, flashback to a few minutes ago, there's only one inhibitor of Swag left standing, and there are 5 Baron buff members of SN gunning for it at this very second. The base of Swag has basically fallen apart. We are very near to a game 3 win for the Sand Ninjas, which would take us to a game 4. 2-1. The Sand Ninjas, as in my mind, the underdogs, will be up against Swag, who are going to be down 1 win to 2. So this series has definitely not gone at all how I expected it would go, because the 2 games that Sand Ninjas have won here are going to look to have been stomps, basically. And the one game that they did lose, they still looked pretty good at, right? They had a 4,000 gold lead relatively early on. Sand Ninjas have been great at getting these early game leads, even on team comps that you wouldn't think would facilitate that.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I have nothing else to add there. I mean, that was pretty succinct in saying, like, yeah, they're ahead in a lot of compositions. They probably shouldn't be. And when they win very convincingly. You know, even when they lost, it was still kind of a coin flip about who was going to win that match. So, you know, I surely think that this is going to be a 3-1 in favor of the Sand Ninjas, which is completely different from what we had
to me. That's not at all what I thought was going to happen. That's not, because, like, you have to look at the record of these teams, right? Sand Ninjas have not a bad record, 13-12. Swag is 12-3 at roughly the same elo. Swag actually a little bit higher, I believe. So in terms of the season record, Swag blowing Sand Ninjas out of the water. But in terms of execution here in this best of 5, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't what's happening. That's not all what we're actually seeing. When the chips are down, it seems like Swag is cracking a little bit, or maybe more like Sand Ninjas are dragging Swag down into the skirmishing mud with them and beating them, which is so, like, typical Sand Ninjas. But I'm just surprised that Swag are struggling as much as they are to match this early game aggression.
Yeah, for sure. And now we're at this pause.
Unlucky, man.
Yeah, unlucky.
We should probably send it to a break for a little while, but I don't want to, because the game, if it unpauses, the game is so close to over.
Yeah.
But technically, if the pause lasts longer than like 3 minutes, we gotta, because integrity of the players, they can tab out and see where everyone is. So I think we should send it to a break.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna take just a quick break while this pause gets settled. Don't go anywhere. We'll be here. We'll be watching. We'll be waiting. Always watching. Okay, awesome. Hello, we're back. The unpause has finally happened, and we're probably into this last team fight here as Jinx is just running rampant. All they need to do is finish down these last towers, and Jinx is incredibly good at doing such a thing. Here comes the paranoia. Can they do something here? Ornn has finally come back to the tower. There's the dive into the backline. Here's the heroic entrance as well. The Ornn Horn is coming across.
Oh my God.
Is this the last ditch effort? They might actually be able to defend here. 4 members are finally down. Double kill for the Samira. They're finally able to defend the base. But how much is that going to save them? This game is only going to be delayed by probably another couple of minutes as the blue team can just run it down back into the base again, because the red team can't really do a whole lot here.
You made fun of the 10,000 gold shrinkage. Well, now it's only 8,000. Who's laughing now? It is getting smaller.
Still me. It's still me. It's still 8,000 gold.
Swag with the big wombo combo.
We'll just wait for them to kill another Nexus turret, and then we'll engage again.
I will say it definitely is still looking quite dire for Swag. One more dragon, and that's Infernal Soul for the Sand Ninjas on a team that already scales insanely well and is still insanely far ahead. Plus, guess what? That last team fight, it did go well for Swag. Want to know something? The only reason it went well for Swag is because Black and Wang Badang did not have Flash. They do now, which means the same thing will not work. If Swag find that way into this team fight and Wang and Black both have the summon spells available, it won't matter. They'll flash out, they'll stay alive, and they'll win the back end of the fight anyway. So it's going to be so hard for Swag to do anything. Look, Black playing with impunity right now. He knows he's got the flash. He knows he can't be touched.
No!
Squishy's just dead.
Yeah, Squishy is just dead, and this is going to be the team fight here. Oswald is trying to get away. Here comes the paranoia. They're looking for something here, but that's going to be the turret going down. And here comes the Ornn Horn across. They're looking for the kill onto Black Mass, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so. That's the quadra kill for the Jinx, and that's GG. That's going to be game 3 going over to Team Sand Ninjas.
Sand Ninjas. I don't know what that was. It was meant to be a drum roll at first, but then it changed to something else. I don't know what's happening. But Sand Ninjas are taking us to a game 4. They're up 2-1 over Swag, which once again did not see coming. But here we are, Sand Ninjas. It hasn't been clean. I'm not going to lie to you. There have been some mistakes, but overall, I am impressed with this team's skirmishing. Especially in this early game, right? It feels very much like Sand Ninjas are finding ways to sort of get in their elements, right? It's all about comfort. It's all about finding picks they're comfortable on and then abusing that. By the way, I want to give an insane amount of credit to Perklow in the jungle. I feel like both these games that Sand Ninjas have won, he has been absolutely instrumental, right? Both these games that have been won by SN have been all about Black and Sleepy getting ahead in the bot lane, and both times it was all about Perklow being a constant thorn in the side of Squishy and Oswald and constantly beating Vice at setting the pace in the jungle. He's done such a good job of making the jungle his own. Even, he did it on Nunu, he did it on Trundle, and Trundle is harder to do it on, but he still did it on Trundle, and he's performing phenomenally well. I think he's the most consistent member of the Sand Ninjas in this series, and my hat's off to him, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break. When we come back, Game 4, Sand Ninjas versus Swag. Match point for the Sand Ninjas. You don't want to miss this. Get your friends, get them in here. This is an important match. No one's going to want to miss this. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Style Esports Season 6 Playoffs. We have Sand Ninjas on match point. We are in Game 4, Sand Ninjas versus Team Swag. My name is Shinkari. I'm joined once again by Baymax. We do have a bit of a substitution in here. We now have Vandal in for Vise, and that's what that Zach ban is for. We talked about it very quickly when Vandal got subbed in, and this guy has 100 games this season on Zach with a 60% win rate, but more impressively, last season at 350 games with 60% win rate. So this guy does not mess around on Zach, but that does mean that Sand Ninjas have to spend a ban doing targeted bans against these players, which means Kassadin might be left up if Sand Ninjas choose to do so.
Yeah, the Kassadin has not made it through the first banning phase yet, so if it does get left up, which it looks like it probably maybe will be, Sand Ninjas, the one, 0. I guess they just didn't want to ban anybody.
Okay, I guess not.
Let's see what it was. Rel. It was a Rel.
Rel is
okay, so the Kassadin is open. If Swag want to take it, they can. It's pretty gutsy to first pick a Kassadin, so they're going to play it a little bit safer, go with the Kai'Sa instead, because I don't think Sand Ninjas are going to be threatening to take the Kassadin away from them. We saw Sand Ninjas first pick the Kai'Sa in Game 1, and Black popped off on it. Can Swag replicate that? Because Squishy is also a Kai'Sa player, but it's a bit risky.
I'm like looking back and forth between, there's no way this Teemo is actually being locked in, right?
I love it. Pick Teemo. Don't correct it. Don't. No.
Oh God. No.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
God.
Hey, hear me out, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna hear you out. Okay, I'm here.
Hear me out. So
I'm here for it.
Swag's top laner plays, he's played a couple of on-hit champions or attack champions. He played like the Aatrox, which is not bad into the is not great into Teemo. Teemo is a pretty safe top lane blind pick, especially into a lot of what's Swag play. And also Kai'Sa will basically always be in blind range if she's autoing anybody, if she's autoing somebody on the Sand Ninjas. So I think it's a pretty solid answer for the Kai'Sa. Also, it's not terrible into the Olaf. The Kassadin has been locked in mid lane for Swag, which I imagine the Sand Ninjas have to have seen coming because they left it up for the first time so far this series. So their answer right now looks like it's Cassiopeia. I don't think that's terrible, but Cassiopeia, I also don't think it's great. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting pick. I mean, Riftmaker has to be really good on Cassiopeia, right? She does want these kind of long engagements. A lot of times people will pick Cassiopeia if they don't have like a consistent damage source from an AD carry. So having that kind of like that bite can go over and over. You can also build a Leandra's Anguish as well. Certainly not a pick you see a whole lot, but usually a counter pick to a lot of melee champions, which Swag have pretty much drafted already. But you know, Ragnarok is a pretty good way of breaking that kind of CC that Cassiopeia can throw out. And also she stops what is the name of the CC? What does she do?
The miasma. She grounds. She grounds with the miasma. You can't dash, you can't blink, you can't use your Void Walker, Kassadin. You can't do it. Or Rift Walker, whatever it is. You can real walk, you can't Rift Walk. All right, you gotta stay put.
Void Walker is the name of the World of Warcraft demonology or warlock demon.
Sure, why not? Let's go back to the Olaf.
I forgot you're a young kid who's not cultured.
I'm not a boomer. I don't know things. Okay, let's talk about the Olaf pick a little bit more. All right, because you touched on it. He's great at breaking CC. I will say the best counter to an Olaf is death. You kill him. And there's a lot of damage on the Sand Ninjas. The Phelios and Cassiopeia, not bad at kiting, especially with Phase Rush for Cassiopeia. They both have very intense DPS output to shred through an Olaf. And even Cho'Gath has got a lot of true damage to help out with punishing Swag's jungler for getting a little bit too aggressive. This is the first game. I heard you make that mouth noise. This is the first game so far this series where we have seen Sleepy Panda get that Nami.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Sleepy Giant Panda on this Nami here. They spent a whole lot of bans to keep Perklo off of a good jungler. I think he's jungling Timo. I think that's what's happening. Where it has to be.
So I think you're right.
God.
Well, I'm gonna look
Why
at
do you
Perklo's.
do this to me?
I'm gonna look at
I don't want to
Perklo's.
go to a game 5. I'm tired.
What do you mean?
I mean,
I'll
this
be
is
honest.
really.
I'm getting tired too. That being said, what else is
a lot
hold
of
on,
folks,
hold on.
a lot of
Listen to it.
go
Listen,
for it.
listen
Go.
to me, all right? Do you
Go.
see what do you see what Perklo just did? If this is a jungle Timo, how many bans did Sand Ninjas just get for free? The reason they have the Nami is because he 200 IQ'd the jungle Timo and tricked Swag. He tricked all of us. We all thought it wasn't a jungle Timo. Who's crazy enough to play jungle Timo in game 4 of a best of 5? Well, I'll tell you who. Freaking Perklo. And the other reason why I'm okay with this is because remember back to the last game, I said Perklo has been the most consistent member of Sand Ninjas. I stand by that. I think Perklo has been the sort of rock that his team needs to lean on in this early to mid game. And if he thinks he can excel with jungle Timo, I am ready to trust him with that.
All right. Yeah. It's just the problem is like a lot of the reasons that Perklo has been getting ahead is because you've been playing these champions that are easy to engage at low levels. Timo doesn't do that. Timo doesn't engage. Timo walks at you and hopes to land a Q, and maybe he can stay within range to auto attack you. Like
I sort of agree. Nunu especially, I agree. Nunu is all about that. Trundle, not as much. Trundle is more about just sort of walking around and being like existing, and that's kind of what Timo does.
That's not comparable.
The Trundle pillars were definitely important.
Okay, the zone that Trundle gets in, he gets movement speed for being in, and then the Trundle zone
Timo's
allows
got his
him.
W. He can move fast.
Yeah.
He's basically Trundle, but he does magic damage, and he stuffs Kaisa, and he wins the 1v1 against Olaf.
I need you to stop this comparison. I need you to stop this comparison.
Okay, just
this is nothing like his previous 3 picks here. All 3 of his picks have been something that can gank at level 2 or level 3 and have a substantial gank. Timo doesn't do that.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Predator Timo.
No,
Why not?
I refuse. No, that's an awful pick. You pick Phase Rush, probably.
What would you take?
You reset your auto attack. You take Phase Rush, so you can actually stay in a team fight. Oh my God, there's no way you take press the attack.
Wait a minute. Okay, I am a boomer. I am boomer because I am out of the loop. I just looked up pro builds. Take a look at pro builds. Type in. Wait a minute. This. Why is it hacker? Never mind. I swear I typed in Timo. Okay, hold on a second.
Oh my God, dude, you are killing me.
I swear I
feel
like
physical pain. I am in real physical pain. Dude.
I see a jungle Timo. I see a jungle Timo. It was Dark Harvest and Leandri's. And I'm looking
he
at
lost,
the exact
but it wasn't
same build
his
you are
fault.
right now. He lost, and it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Yeah.
What was Minerva supposed to do about 2 and 14?
You are causing me physical pain. I can't believe this is on air right now, Baymax.
Okay, listen. Okay, just hear me out. I know I've said that like 6 times, but do it again.
Okay.
These games have been devolving into chaos. What better champion?
No, they
take
haven't.
Advantage of a chaos? Absolutely, they have.
No,
what
they
better
have not.
champion
That was
to
game
take
2, and that's it.
Of a chaotic. Okay, and what I trust you, Perklo. You got this.
Baymax, I hate this Timo pick. I know your heart's in it, and I love that your heart's in it. But I really can't sit here and say with a straight face that I am for this Timo jungle pick.
All right. Okay. Here. I agree. I agree that Sand Ninjas have a better team comp.
Okay.
What did we say? about Sand Ninjas in game 1 and game 2.
Okay.
You said they had a better team comp. What happened in game 1 and game 2? It was a stomp in game 1 for the Sand Ninjas. In game 2, Sand Ninjas came out of the gates with a lead, and it was really, really close. I am convinced team composition means absolutely nothing. All right. Yes. Is Olaf good in the jungle versus Teemo? Sure. Is Kai'Sa Galio strong dive bot lane? They synergize well together, and does Shen synergize well with the dive team and pair well with Olaf and pair well with Kai'Sa? Yes, 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 and yes. Was it true that Sand Ninjas had a better composition, in my opinion, in game 1 as well, in a very similar way? Yes. Did it matter? No, it didn't matter. Not even a little tiny bit. Swag popped off. Perklo has continued to pop off. Not Swag. Sand Ninjas have popped off. Perklo has continued to pop off, and he is gonna pop off on the Teemo. I believe in him.
Look, I'm telling you that they have been popping off because Perklo have been playing gank heavy junglers that get the bot laners
Teemo
ahead early. Stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. Baymax, I know your heart's in it. And I love that your heart's in it. But Perklo has been getting ahead because he has been able to play level 2 and level 3 ganking junglers. Something that can just set up camp in the bot lane and camp over and over. Teemo can't do that. Teemo has to wait for a Nami bubble to land and then pray to God that he can do the damage that he needs to do. Okay. All right? There's so many things need to fall into place. But with that, we are going to stop the argument. We're going to go to it. We're going to a break. We're going to a no.
All right, I'll ask you later.
Shush, we're going to a break. We're going to a break. Lil Pony, put us on break. I love you so much. We're going to be back in just a little bit after this fucking argument ends. I love you all very much. This is a series to watch. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Style Esports Season 6 playoffs. We are in match point for the Sand Ninjas, who have reached into their pockets and pulled out a bunch of interesting picks for this game 4, hoping to take it all the way home. But it looks like Team Swag still wants to keep this in a match. They want to take it to a game 5. Are they going to kill the ward? Jesus. give 10 gold to Fizz. Are you serious? All right. Hi, my name is Shinkari. I'm here with Baymax. And I'm losing my mind.
We got a Hail of Blades Teemo jungle, which, you know, under normal circumstances, I would agree with Shinkari's predisposition toward the pick. However, it's Perklo's Teemo. We have to keep that in mind. Perklo has been probably the most consistent member of the Sand Ninjas thus far in this series. And you got all kinds of reasons for why the Teemo jungle is not a good pick. All right. I'm not here for any of that because you know why? Swag have been losing games to front-to-back team comps. They've been struggling to form themselves together in team fights versus the Sand Ninjas. And you know what? Sand Ninjas composition looks a little funky. They got a Teemo jungle. It looks a little weird. But at the end of the day, what is that composition if not a front-to-back composition? Big old Cho'Gath stand in front. Nami to help peel for a Cassiopeia and the Philios in the back line. These guys are going to be shredding tanks. It's hard for Fizz to jump forward. He can get grounded by the miasma. Like, Sand Ninjas are still leaning in to this front-to-back style that's worked out well for them. And Swag are once again trying to basically recreate last game, and last game didn't go well for them, right?
Yeah,
last game they got annihilated.
Yeah, but you want to know what Team Sand Ninjas had in the games where they were fighting front to back? A tank jungler.
Okay,
Bootier, Trundle. What do you call those?
Trundle is a bruiser. All right.
Yeah.
Trundle is a
Trundle's
a bruiser.
Yeah.
You can build Teemo. Perklo might build Bruiser Teemo. You don't know.
No one's building Bruiser Teemo. Okay, that's gonna be a Leandri's Anguish.
You're gonna feel really silly when he builds into a dead man's plate after that Leandri's. Okay, you're gonna feel
he's
really
not gonna build a dead man's plate. I'm not. No.
Okay.
No.
All right, we'll see.
Look, I'm here for the Teemo.
I'm
here. Look, my heart is in the Teemo pick. Okay, I'm here for crazy builds, but you can't try to convince me that this is the best thing for Perklo to be doing. Okay.
Okay.
My heart's in it. I love that your heart's in it.
What is the best thing for Sand Ninjas if not what they want to play? Oh, God,
okay, looks like yeah. There's gonna be Vandal fighting Perklo here. He's gonna get the smite steal onto the crab here. He's gonna be forced to flash away, but this Olaf is very fast. They can't even find the blind. Vandal is gonna find another kill for himself. 2 kills in the top lane for Zapsis. A double kill early on for the Shen is looking pretty good, if you ask me.
Bottom lane is going well for Black and Sleepy Panda, however. Definitely getting some great poke on Oswald, forcing a heal early. Still very low on the Galio. I do want to point out, yes, that's 2 early kills going over to Swag, but it's worth mentioning that they both went onto Zapsis rather than Vandal, which has the potential to minimize the effect that gold will have. Shen is not going to be able to bully Isaac out of this lane, most likely, right? It's a Cho'Gath Shen lane. Are a couple kills likely to mean that Zaps is just hard carries? Like, probably not.
Yeah. And it is important to note that Squishy here might be forced to 1v1 Black Mass underneath the lane here. Yeah, he's taken incredibly low here. There's no way he gets away. This is going to be the teleport coming in. That's going to be the Nami W picking up the kill here. Here comes Shen. There's the taunt. He's going to get a little bit of extra damage here. Vandal's coming in for the side. He's going to get blinded up, but you can't blind abilities. That Throne Axe is going to find up the kill, and that's going to be a kill going over to Vandal in the bot lane, and just 1 kill being picked up by the other team, a 1-for-1.
Yeah. Bit of a mistake from Black there. Should have probably just let Zapsis pick up the kill. Vandal ends up getting it with an undertow over the wall, but he's getting harassed at his own camps right now. Perklo and Wangbadang looking to make something happen here. Can they find
Vandal, you're walking into a brush here. Here comes the Teemo and the Cassiopeia. Yeah, you can't get away here. That's going to be a kill going over to Wangbadang, and basically exactly what you need for the Teemo jungle here. That's the setup that you need in order to be successful. So that is going to be a kill, and they might actually be looking for the dragon here.
Yeah, good news for Black as well is he's going to get back in time to catch the entire couple waves that are crashing into Sand Ninja his bottom side turret, so loses almost nothing in terms of golden experience for dying, and is still up about 20 CS on Squishy. So in the last couple of games that Sand Ninjas have won, one of the constants has been Black and Sleepy popping off in this bot lane, and so far they are poised to do it again. Meanwhile, Perklo did get off to a bit of a rough start on the Teemo, thanks to some lane pressure from Wang Badang on the Cassiopeia. Right back in there, got a kill onto Vandal, got the first dragon picked up as well. Meanwhile, turret plating's falling, bot lane, summoner spells being burned by Squishy and Oswald as they are just clinging desperately, trying to stay alive in this lane.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard for them to really, like you said, really hard to get back into it. They now grab 2 turret plates for themselves and can't engage on the Black Mass either because he's sitting on the best combo for Aphelios' weapons. White and red just do so much damage. Not to mention it's buffed up by Nami's E as well. So once again, this is a really important lane, and it's already going in favor of the red team, going in favor of Team Sand Ninjas.
It is, but I will say one of Swag's strengths as a team has been their ability to collapse from the other side of the map, and Zapsus is on freaking Shen right now. Yeah. So those Stand Uniteds could come up huge. That being said, looking towards the top side of the map, Perklo is once again in trouble in his jungle. He's got no flash, he's got no smite. He is probably going to die. I don't know if this is the damage jump under turret and kill him, but he's going to try. Ooh. There he goes.
Yeah, Fizz almost getting knocked out by the Cho'Gath here, but it's going to be an easy pickup for sure. Sorry, I'm getting a message on Discord that has distracted me, but that is going to be a huge pickup here. Once again, you can very easily bully a Teemo in his own jungle, especially pre-6. He doesn't have those mines. Ooh, speaking of bullying.
Wang,
yeah, here comes Cassiopeia in from the side. He's going to find the stun. The Stand United is coming in as well. They're not going to be able to find the taunt, but that is going to be the taunt from Shen instead. The Galio was not good, the Shen was. Now they're looking for Wang Badang. He has used his ultimate. It's not available. The stun is going to land on the Squishy. He's going to take a lot of units, a lot of health still remaining. That silence is not going to be good. The heal is still coming across. Fizz, no! Perklo and Nami going to save their life. Perklo now looking for more. He's going to get a bit of a speed up from the Nami here. He's kind of used the sweeper looking for someone here. All right, Vandal over the wall. All right, they're just going to back away.
Yeah, it's a level 6 Olaf. A long protracted fight. Good news for Swag is that Fizz got a kill on the Kassadin, right? He's the scaling win condition. Bad news for Swag. Wang Badang also got a kill, another scaling win condition. And look at Squishy in the bottom lane. 28 CS, level 5, 8.5 minutes into this game. He is getting annihilated by Black. Black hasn't picked up any kills, sure. He's still 0-2 on the Aphelios, but 2 turret platings worth of gold. Most CS in the game. The gold lead is beginning to manifest in favor of Sand Ninjas, and once again, Black and Sleepy in a phenomenal position. I've been impressed so far with Wang Badang's Cassiopeia gameplay as well. You know, we might get. I don't know. It's a very close game, but I feel like the pieces are falling into place to create another Sand Ninjas win here.
Yeah, not to mention like. A lot of these games have been won through the bot lane, and you know this is a bot lane where Black Mass and Sleepy Giant Panda don't really need attention from Perklo here. They've shown that they just can win these 2v2s by themselves.
Yeah, they definitely have. Although speaking of Perklo, he is hanging around. He's not on top of a ward. There's a control word there. So Squishy and Oswald wisely forfeiting some CS, or how wisely are they walking right into Perklo?
Yeah, he's going to get the stun here. Oswald not being able to land the taunt, and that's probably going to be his death sentence. Sleepy Giant Panda picking up another kill for themselves. 3-0-1
okay, yeah.
That Nami is.
Yeah, that's
Fizz
the
dying
only
onto
bad news.
Yeah, Wang Badang here almost taking him out as well. That's a huge chunk of damage there. Zapsus in the top lane, getting some damage on I Suck, but I don't think that's going to amount to a whole lot there. Olaf picking up
could potentially amount to a turret going down after Shelly gets picked up by a Vandal, but for now he's looking for Perklo's top side jungle. Might actually find Perklo there in just a minute or two, but for now it looks like he is doubling back. May have changed his mind, might be thinking about recon. He's just gonna recon. He's gonna try to get the bottom side of that. Meanwhile, bottom lane, 4 kills for Sleepy.
Yeah, there's going to be a very easy pickup with the Nami wave there. Oswald, oh my god. 5 kills for Sleepy Giant Panda in the bot lane. And you hate to see your bot lane going 0-5-3. It's absolutely crazy. But this fish is going swimmingly. And this is absolutely what we wanted to see from Sleepy Giant Panda on this pick here. They're going to get first turret as well. This is the cleanest bot lane of all 4 games.
Yeah, and so you haven't been wrong so far. Honestly, Perkalo's Teemo has been pretty uneventful, but it hasn't even mattered. Black and Sleepy are so far just putting all of the rest of their team on their shoulders this game, setting up for 2 free early game dragons. First turret getting knocked down just in the 2 versus 2. There was basically no jungle intervention in that bottom side of the map, except for a little bit of early fighting when Vandal roamed down and picked up that kill onto Black. I want to point out the only thing that's going poorly for Sand Ninjas on the bottom side of the map is somehow Black has not managed to get any of these kills.
Yeah.
He has gotten all of them, which honestly isn't that bad because they're kind of popping off. The Imperial Mandate has been finished, and that's a huge item spike for Sleepy, but at the same time, it's still just, you gotta have an Helios. Now,
okay, looks like Isaac is caught out here. He's gonna get both the knockup on both here, but I don't think it's going to be able to get him away for too long. Ooh, there's a Stand United coming across onto Cassidy here to protect him and keep him alive. That's going to be a teleport into the mid lane as 4 members are here. Kaisa's coming in from the bot side here, but might meet Perklo in the side here, but they're just going to deal, oh my gosh, red white on Aphelios just does so much damage. Look at how much damage he's dealt to this turret so far, especially with lethal tempo. It's insane how much damage he does.
Worth mentioning, Shelly just got dropped top lane, and Olaf does quite a bit of damage to turrets in his own right. Might be looking to try to race this turret down, but he's got a ways to go before he's able to really put the last turret plate to rest. Meanwhile, mid lane, Black gotta be a little bit careful.
Yeah, Oswald finding the taunt. That's going to be the Nami wait for the disengage. That's going to be dash forward from Kaisa here. They're going to be able to find the shutdown, but it goes on to Kassadin. That's a pretty big pickup for him. 3-1-0 now on this Kassadin. Ooh,
yeah.
Squishy looking for a dive here? Ooh, they might be looking for it. That's the taunt. Oswald taking a decent chunk of damage here. He's going to get ignited.
That's a 5-0 Nami. What do you think
you're
doing?
6. Yeah, no, a 6-0.
You think you killed the Aphelios, you can pick the fight, but you gotta respect the kill gold. Sleepy Giant Panda coming up big now. I want to point out, like, you mentioned Fizz getting that shutdown gold. That has the potential to be huge, right? Like, I don't know if we've touched on this too much because the Kassadin kept getting banned in the first few games, but Fizz is a big-time Kassadin player. It's his most played champion this season by a significant margin. I think by more than a factor of 2. The next most played being, I think, I forget actually. It was something and then Fizz. He's a Kassadin player, big time. And it's been let through draft. Sand Ninjas must have thought they could answer it. So far, they haven't really been able to answer it that well. 3 kills now on the Kassadin. Will Fizz continue to pop off in these mid-game fights is the question. Because if there's a champion that can hard carry a 53 CS Kaisa, it's a Fed Kassadin, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. And like, but the real question is, how much can Fizz carry? Because like, this bot lane from the Sand Ninjas is coming to be unstoppable here, and Perklo here coming in from the side. That's a huge chunk of damage onto Squishy, and they're gonna try to, oh no, Oswald goes down one more time. Isaac now in the top lane fighting both Vandal and Zapsis here. He's taken so incredibly low. I don't think he's gonna be able to get away from this one. He's gonna go down as well. Another kill into Olaf's pocket, and maybe their way into this game is through the top half of the map as Fizz is looking to try to fight the Teemo here. Oh, that Teemo's taken so incredibly low. The blind only saves him for just a second. Fizz flashing away here. The Rift Walk is going to put him underneath tower. The Wang Badang is not going to be able to find anything here. Oswald looking for the taunt onto Black Mass, but he's not going to be able to find it. Here comes the Nami ultimate coming across. Here comes the Ragnarok. They're going to try to look. There's the slow that they managed to find onto the Aphelios here. Teleport is coming down from Cho'Gath. He wants a fight, but he's teleporting into a 4v1. He's immediately flashing over the wall, and that's the team fight that the blue team has been looking for. Vandal might have found Wang Badang here. Wang Badang might be just baiting him a little bit, but he's going to go down. That's a huge shutdown on Olaf here. Now 5-1-3, 4-1-1 on this Kassadin. And if you look at these bounties, this is exactly how Team Swag are going to win this game through the top half of the map.
Oh yeah. Sand Ninja's getting incredibly disrespectful, and once again, I feel it's mostly Black who he's getting a little ahead of himself. Right, he's strong on the Aphelios. He knows he's strong. You're not that strong. You're 0-4. You got your Kraken Slayer short. You got 130 CS most in the game short. But guess what? That's a Kassadin with 130 CS also, and he's got 4 kills. And you are still at Aphelios, who is immobile and can't really do much without your team. You have got to respect the flanks from Fizz. Sleepy Giant Panda.
They found the shutdown onto the Nami, but they're eating one Teemo Shroom after another. Kassadin is coming in for the flank. They're looking for I Suck here, and it looks like he's going to be I'm dead. And now they're looking for Wang Badang as well, but you can't stun up a Ragnarok Olaf. They're going to chase this Aphelios all the way to the ends of the earth. That's so much damage, a triple kill. 8-1-5 for this Olaf.
And Sand Ninjas, I swear I'm gonna have an aneurysm here. Okay, guys, you drafted a front-to-back comp. You did such a good job of playing front-to-back in the last couple games. Why are you splitting up so much? I don't understand. Don't leave your Aphelios. He is your carry. Black has got to be with the team, or you are not going to win a fight. Wang has got to be behind the front line. Black has got to be behind the front line, and you can't be getting caught up before Dragon spawns. You got to respect the engage. You have to respect Vandal. 8-1 now on the Olaf. This man has Stridebreaker finished. He's got Sterix Gage finished. He's got Shelly in his pocket. Still hasn't dropped that yet. He is ready to pop off, and he is ready to win the game for his team. The gold gap is totally in favor of Swag now.
He did drop Shelly. He just picked it up again. That's a different Shelly. This is Shelly Jr.
Shelly Jr. Shelly 2.0.
Shelly 2.0. Electric Boogaloo.
What am I going to do?
2 Rift to 2 Herald.
I think we're going to a game 5. That's not to say Sand Ninjas can absolutely still win this game, but they have got to focus and remember how they won the first couple games they won. They have to clean up the team fighting. They have been splitting
they
up
got to stop
getting
throwing
caught
it.
out.
I think this Teemo was a troll pick. They were like, hey, this is game 4. Squishy getting caught out here, forced to flash. The tidal wave goes a little too wide. Perklo is coming in for the side here. It's going to land the taunt, though. Here comes the Stand United in from the side. He's not going to be able to find the kill on the Squishy. And here comes Shen. He's going to be able to find the taunt, and that's going to be a second kill of this team fight here. Sleepy Giant Panda might be the next fight, but there is the Miasma. They're going to fall them down just a little bit. The Teemo Shrooms are going to tick. But that is going to be just another team fight win going over to the blue side, and a turret going over to them as well.
Where is Aphelios? He's clearing red buff and Krugs. Why are you fighting in the top side jungle? Why are you fighting in the enemy team's top side jungle when you don't have any vision and Aphelios is clearing freaking Krugs? Sand Ninjas, you are griefing me. You want this to go to a game 5, and I think it's gonna go to a game 5. Shelly has been dropped mid lane. Second turret picked up on the map for Swag. They now have a 4,000 gold lead, and just like in that second game, the gold lead, it started for Sand Ninjas. It was looking good. They were up 2, 3, 4,000. Almost immediately, a matter of 4 or 5 minutes, the pendulum has dramatically swung back the other way, and Swag have a significant lead.
Dog, I was telling you, this Teemo pick is awful. You're
not wrong.
Listen to me.
I'm not going to argue, but it's not just the Teemo.
Don't interrupt me. Perklo has been trolling with this pick. Has been hovering it every single time he's had team fight. Every single time he's had picking power. Every single time he's been hovering it, and this Teemo 100% is the reason they can't do a proper front to back team fight, is because they're missing a tank. They're missing another frontliner. They're missing some other form of CC for this Aphelios. Even if Aphelios shows up,
though, man.
What is Teemo going to do to protect him?
The fights they've been picking with Black nowhere nearby. Like, it's just, you can't do that, right? You have to have all your damage sources there. Otherwise, Vandal's just going to run someone down, and he's not going to die because he's going to heal through it. Like, you need everybody there ready to kill the Olaf, or you're just going to lose the fight. and like that, the way you deal with an Olaf is by killing him, and you can't kill him if your primary DPS characters are half the map away clearing Krugs while you're team fighting for some reason.
Yeah,
like, you gotta get on the same page. You're right. The team pick hasn't done much. It's not that helpful in the front to back. It's not bad against Kai'Sa, but Squishy so far behind doesn't matter anyway. So I'm with you, but at the same time, the execution horrible. It's been bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Sand Ninjas, you had a lead and you threw it big time. They can still win. 190 CS Aphelios with flash and heal can absolutely carry a team fight. This Black has got his second item finished. If there's anybody that can carry this game, it's him. Next dragon is spawning in about 30 seconds or so as well. 40 seconds. There's a chance, but 4,000 gold lead for Swag.
I mean, yeah, that's what this game is right now. Oh my God, no way. Don't do it.
No,
I mean, the big thing here is, okay. Oh no, they're doing it. Okay, they're doing it. Okay, so they're starting this up right now, and the blue team has vision of it 100%.
Wait, they're gonna get it.
Oh maybe my God, yeah, they are clearing it very quickly, but it is only 4 of them here, and the rest of the team is closing on top of it. It's now below half HP here. Here comes the tidal wave coming across, and now here comes the Ragnarok, though. The red team is able to get the Baron Nashor, but will they be able to stay alive? They've made a house for themselves, and the bounce comes across. Here comes Fizz. He goes golden for a little bit of extra swag. There's the Rift Walk. There's the damage. There's the slow. There's the triple kill. They're going to find 3 kills for themselves on this Kassadin, and they're going to immediately walk over to this dragon.
Yeah, in my mind, trading 3 kills onto a Kassadin and a Infernal Dragon, potentially an Infernal Soul, trading all of that for 2 Baron buffs and a little bit of Baron gold, not worth it at all. Sand Ninjas, the gold gap,
to mention they're losing
so much further against them. Losing mid lane turret, lost top lane turret, like you were about to add. I'm sure bot lane is going to fall in the near future as well. Swag just running roughshod over this map, despite being pretty murdered in a lot of that early game. Sand Ninjas are totally falling apart.
Yeah, it's... You know, there's a lot of factors here. We got the Teemo pick. We have a 0-6 and 0 Cho'Gath with only 1 completed item. We have a 0-5 and Aphelios here. We have a lot of problems on this team comp going on here, besides just mechanics of these fights and these calls and these macro calls as well. Like getting out of that fight, like once again, this is another problem of just not having another frontliner in this front to back team comp. Pick Singed if you really want to go for the Cassiopeia cheese.
Yeah, I'm with. Yeah, I'm with you. The Teemo is not working out. Also, it wasn't only Andres, it was a Nashor's Tooth, which seems even worse to me. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm not a Teemo player. I know there's some people who will swear by Teemo jungle, but it's not been working out. I will say it's also a problem that like. All of those 6 kills that went on Sleepy Giant Panda probably could have and should have went on Black instead. Yeah. That was definitely just a mix of some misplays, but also just unfortunate happenings. And if there's a couple of those fights that went poorly 5 minutes ago, would have probably gone better if Black had a little bit more gold.
Yeah. Wang Badang picking up bot lane turret here, kind of continues to cement their lead here, now about 6,000 gold in their favor. The team Swag is looking pretty good here and poised to take this to a game 5.
Game 5, and I'm psyched for game 5s, but it is going to be a pretty late night, so I hope you guys are ready for this. Wang to Bang getting flashed on here, gonna be taken down very quickly by Zaps. Just on a rampage on the Shen, making me eat my words when I said Shen isn't going to carry. He's like, screw you. I'm 4-0. I'm carrying. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. Yeah.
A little interesting. Oh, Teemo is going to find a cheeky bunch of damage, but that's going to be heroic entrance, giving a magic damage shield onto Squishy here and keeping him alive, as well as that potion. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. You know, they were able to defend that turret, but they can really only defend 1 turret at a time. Wherever Perklo goes and sets up a mushroom should be wherever they're able to defend. But, you know, this Kai'Sa's getting back into this game. 2, and 9 has a bounty to her name, an Executioner, and a Kraken Slayer. This is really big.
Yeah, we're still seeing 240 CS on Black, which is the one win condition that maybe can be clung onto by Sand Ninjas. Is 3 Adam Aphelios can clean up a team fight if there's some misplays from Swag. But you're right, Squishy now coming back online. Fizz is huge. 3 Adam Kassadin. I feel like we haven't talked about the Kassadin enough. It's the Kassadin is a late game scaling monster. It's usually a devastating sign if Kassadin gets ahead early, and even much more so. Like at this point in the game, 3 Adam Kassadin got the Zhonya's finish, got Everfrost and Seraph's fully stacked Dark Seal as well. Like plus, compare that or add that to Sand Ninjas not having a lot of great crowd control options to deal with a Kassadin. Not a lot of instant long-lasting CC that isn't Zhonya's-able. It's going to be rough. It's going to be really, really rough. He's looking. He's not going to find him just yet, but he's looking.
Oh my God. I've been loving how Vandal has been playing because he knows just how strong he is. He's zero fearing walking in to a 2v1 and just kind of flexing his muscles, just saying, yeah, walk up to me, fight me. I dare you. I double dog dare you. And he's going to pick up level 15 for himself, and already being much a higher level than the entire enemy team is absolutely gigantic.
It's huge. Dragon spawning in 30 seconds is also huge. Both these teams now sitting at 2 dragons, and it is an Infernal Soul, which I'll be surprised if this game lasts long enough for an Infernal Soul. This team fight might be Sand Ninja's last best chance to get into this game if they pick this fight. Realistically, I think they should probably give it. Although we did see a third item come through for Black. He's relatively strong on the Aphelios. Maybe this is the front.
Oh my God, Kassadin doing so much damage right off the bat here. That's going to be Ragnarok popped as well. And Banga Bang is staying it so incredibly low. That's going to be a double kill for the Olaf. And now Shutdown coming across for the Aphelios. He's looking for a multi-kill, but he can't quite find it. He's going to find 2 for himself, but that's going to be the ace for the blue side here, and they're immediately walking over to this third Infernal Drake.
Okay. I think that's actually not that bad for the Sand Ninjas. Black got 2 big shutdown kills, right? That's a lot of gold from Fandle and a lot of gold from Fizz. He full bought Guardian Angel off of dying there. That we're now seeing a 4 item Aphelios, and Black did almost clean up the back end of that fight. I think it's still possible for Sand Ninjas to claw their way back into this game, but you know, they're still down. Like, make no mistake, they're still down 8,000 gold. Black also now not going to have flash, not going to have heal for that next important team fight. So Baron most likely going to go over to Swag pretty much off of reset. And I don't know if Sand Ninjas can look to fight it without having flash on Black, because if Black goes down, that's it. He does have the GA, which is huge. He's at 4 items now, so he's up there with Vandal in terms of power. But I don't know if it's going to be enough, because that is a very scary Olaf. That is a even scarier Kassadin.
Yeah, I mean, this Kassadin just immediately rift walked into the enemy team, took down, I think, it took down one person,
instantly,
like pretty much
instantly. Sleepy instantly. Yeah, just one shot.
Yeah. And he threw out the Everfrost, and then before they could even turn on him, he went golden. The entire team was able to follow up, and then it was just lights out afterwards. Okay, they're looking for the brush here.
Check.
Brushy. Wang Badang in front here. Perklo taking a bit of damage. Going to be healed up. All right, they're going to back away here. But Baron is what the blue team has their eyes on. This 10, 2, and 12 Olaf is looking incredibly scary. Has a Force of Nature and a Spirit Visage. You can't keep this guy down. Fizz, oh my gosh. He's gonna 1v1 he's looking to 1v1 Isaac, as he's going to immediately flash in here. Zapsis is here to join as well. The heroic entrance comes down. That's gonna knock up 2 members here. A double kill for the Kaisa as well. A triple kill now. That's gonna be 4 for 0, and perhaps a Baron for that team as well.
Ooh, another team fight win for Swag. Black, still alive, wasn't even able to get anywhere close to the fight. And if he had, he would have died. He had the sense to keep backing up. He was like, guys, you cannot commit on Kassadin, because if you do, they're going to collapse on me. I can't fight with you. And that's exactly what happened. Black had to back up. The rest of his team committed on Fizz. Thought they'd caught him out. Stand United came through from Zapsis, kept him alive. Meanwhile, guess what? Your entire team is dying because you left your 8 AD carry. You cannot leave the Aphelios. If Black can't auto attack, you will lose the fight. Black now might get jumped on by Fizz, is going to stay alive for now, although I think he was very close to getting one shot by the Cassid in there. So that was definitely scary to watch as someone who can't see the fog of war. I would like to know what Black saw.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was really trying to focus down Zapsus there. I think he even forced out the flash as well. Like it was a pretty big, like pretty important pick if Black was able to find it, but Everfrost came over the corner and was able to slow him down. I think it also scared him because I think Kassadin is just at the point where he could jump on top of on an Aphelios, and there's really not a whole lot he can do. He's just like, well, I guess I lost my Guardian Angel.
And he does have Guardian Angel. He does have the stopwatch as well now picked up. Pirkle is putting a bit of a minefield in the mid lane, but it's mostly just going to clear minions.
It's not really going to clear minions because they have the magic resist from Baron buff. So he's going to need more than just that one mushroom there to clear those out. So it's pretty big. Not to mention, Teemo still doesn't have a mythic item. Like
I think he's probably building Leandri's. He did Tech into Oblivion Orb for the Grievous Wounds, so he's not quite there yet. But once that Leandri's comes through, those shrooms will do a little bit more damage. Is he going to get it before 1 minute and 15 seconds from now, though? Because that is when Infernal Soul becomes in contention, and that is when I think Sand Ninjas are going to probably want to put their last hurrah out there and try to find a team fight win. Black's Flash will be back up by then, so that is maybe the best chance that Sand Ninjas will have to find a fight win. And keep in mind, just as deadly as this Kassadin is, Fizz can get shut down. If he jumps on top of a Miasma, he gets stunned up into a CC chain. If he gets silenced by I Suck, there are ways for Sand Ninjas to turn that fight around. And just as dangerous as Fizz is, Black is equally as dangerous. He is very close to a full build of Aphelios.
I Suck is taking so much damage immediately. Meanwhile, Vandal is just running wild, rampant on the backside. He's going to immediately kill out the Teemo here. Fizz is going to go golden as he finds the kill on Cassiopeia. Now they're diving onto Black Mass on the backside. That Guardian Angel is not going to save you. Resurrecting on the side here. He's going to use a stopwatch as well. They're going to be able to find the kill. Kassadin is teleporting. And they're just emote spamming on this top of this team. Oh my god, Team Swag picks up a really easy win for themselves. I think they're just going right for the Nexus right now.
It's over. We're going to a game 5.
Yep, we're going to a game 5. Yep. We're going to a game 5.
Get your eye drops, get your caffeine pills, your chocolate pills. We're going to a game 5.
We're going to a game 5.
We're gonna get
yeah, I mean, can I really quickly just like can we give a quick I would like everyone in chat right now, I need your help. Our host for this evening lives in Eastern Europe and it is very early in the morning for him. Can you do me a quick favor? Just spam some hearts in chat for our good host, Lil Pony, for going out all the way into game 5. Show some love for our good boy, our man behind the screen. Just give him some love because he's gonna need it, because we're going into game 5, folks. And don't go anywhere. We are going to be back in just a little bit. Game 5, the final match of Team Sand Ninjas versus Team Swag. Don't go anywhere. This is the most important game of one of the most important brackets of Season 6 playoffs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are now in the sacred game, the one that everyone prays for, the one game to rule them, the one game to bind them all in darkness. Game 5 of season 6. Playoffs, bracket number 2, $50 on the line between these two teams. Sand Ninjas versus Team Swag, both of them 2-2. My name is Shinkari. I'm here with Baymax, and we are here to give you the exciting conclusion to this back and forth game.
Yeah, no matter what happens, it's game 5. There's gonna be a winner. Someone is gonna have that all-important 3-win mark, and they will take away the $75 cash prize. We're gonna find out who. We'll take some quick priority of these bands. Swag taking the Kai'Sa away from Black. Sand just taking Rel, Olaf, Cassidy off the board. They didn't like that Olaf. They didn't like that Cassidy.
You want to know what this does line up for, though?
Locked in first. What? With Zach.
Yep. Zach is now available for Vandal here. You know, Vandal is a one-trick Zach player. 100 games this season, 300 games the season before, all with a 60% win rate. Not only is Vandal play a lot of Zach, but he is very good at the champion as well. And it looks like they're going to take this opportunity to take Lulu away from Sand Ninjas here and force them to pick the Nami, maybe. Let's see how the rest of this goes, and that's going to be the Nami lock-in.
The Nami lock-in isn't that big of a surprise because we saw Sleepy Giant Panda playing that pick to a lot of success. It's also Panda's preferred pick. Lots of games on Nami.
Preferred might be an understatement.
They play a lot of Nami. Okay,
yeah, they play a lot of Nami.
Quite a bit of Nami.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
The Samira is a bit of a switch up. Right?
Yep.
I feel like Sandages are drafting a bit of a more aggressive style than
Yep.
they normally have been going with in these games. But I know you just saw something unlocked and you want to touch on, so I'm gonna let you do that.
Yeah, Fizz is playing Fizz. Folks, we got Fizz on Fizz. And if Cassidon's banned away, Fizz, it plays Fizz. And based on how he's been playing the Cassidon in the game before, I think this is gonna be another comfort pick for him for sure. I mean, this is another champion that engages really well, has a solid initiation tool for his team, and also just goes really well with the Lulu as well. This means that the mid and the bot lane and the top lane are still on the table for both teams here. We still don't have an AD carry for Swag. We still don't have a top laner. We have a for Swag as well. Sand Ninjas don't have a mid laner or a top laner, so we're going to be looking for those types of bans. We do see them from Swag here. Victor and Cho'Gath being banned away, and Volibear going to be banned away from Zapsis here, but I don't know if you want to put him on that Shen again.
Yeah, Ornn is open, Shen is open, Malphite is also open. We saw the Aatrox make an appearance. There hasn't been a lot of priority on banning top laners away, and frankly, there's a lot of reason for that, right? This game we haven't seen really any top laners that had like crazy high impact. Neither team has been focusing a ton of attention around the top lane, with a little bit of the exception from Swag getting their jungler fed off of ganking over and over again in top lane in that last game. But that was like the one exception. Prior to that, there has been like very little focus on the top lane. We do see Set get locked in for Sand Ninjas, so a little bit more of a playmaker than what we have historically been seeing. Than what we've been historically seeing from that lane.
Yeah, and I don't know if I 100% agree with the Cho'Gath ban for sure. I mean, with top laners open, I don't think Isaac has like a lot of very, very good top lane. I feel like in the games where Sand Ninjas were winning, I don't think Isaac was the way that they won the game. I think throwing another ban at Wang Badang and then just kind of like, you know, kind of picking whatever would be better for Team Swag here. But they did lock in the Malphite, which is an interesting pick into the set. You know, usually you'd be like, oh yeah, AD champion into Malphite wins. Set does a lot of true damage and a lot of base healing, so it's really gonna be really hard for Malphite to kind of bully Set out of these lanes and kind of resist his damage.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the Malphite is, you know, more for the team fight later on.
Right.
Other than the Vladimir, there's not a lot of magic damage from the side of Sand Ninjas, and even Vladimir isn't great at shredding tanks. He's much better at sort of one-shotting squishies later in the game. So the Malphite is, even from behind, going to be potentially difficult for the Sand Ninjas to actually kill. But that being said, they probably will be behind. You're right. Like the laning phase is not likely to go great for a Malphite. I want to put a little bit more attention toward the bottom half of the map again, though, because once again, I think we're going to be seeing the attention from both teams around the bottom half of the map, especially from Sand Ninjas, right? The early game damage is all about the Samir, all about the Nami. Ujir can look to pop off as well. Swag, conversely, the early game playmaker is Fizz, right? Which I don't really know what to expect from him, because thus far in this game, we haven't seen his Fizz. We've seen Diana. We've seen Kassadin. What else did we see him play?
Vladimir, it seems. Vladimir.
Vlad. Nothing that's Fizz. Nothing that's Fizz.
Diana, rather, But still, like, it does seem like this is an area where Fizz feels confident. You know, a very high mobility, heavy bursty, like AP assassins. Even though Diana and Kassadin aren't exactly the same as what Fizz is, they still seem to fill a similar role. Fizz is just a little bit more of a safer initiator for the team, and that seems to be what the Swag has been going for. It's their tried and true. They want to press R, press the go button, and then they want to win the team fight. And Fizz is definitely a good way to do that. He's decent AoE damage to follow up on Malphite and Zac as well. And he's also gets really empowered by Sivir and Lulu in the bot lane. They drafted a really utility heavy bot lane here that it really empowers the rest of their team, Malphite and Fizz especially.
Yeah, and the game that Swag just won, they had a heavy focus around the jungle, and especially jungle and top half of the map. So last game, it was mostly the Shen, but mostly just for the free and easy ganks. This time around, Zac and Fizz have quite a strong 2 versus 2, right? Zac's got a lot of setup for Fizz to land everything he needs to land to one-shot the heck out of a squishy champion. That being said, Vladimir is not the easiest champion to gank, right? You see the elastic slingshot coming, or you see the chum the waters coming, and you just press that W button, you got your get out of jail free card, you pull right on out of there. So might be a little bit harder to actually kill the Vlad, but that doesn't mean that you can't exploit the 2 versus 2, right? You can still use Fizz to shove in the lane. He'll have more lane pressure than Vladimir. You could even have Zac walk up just to add a little bit of extra pressure, and then you roam as 2 in the jungle. You establish deep vision. You don't even have to be able to kill anyone, but you can. You can look for the enemy jungler. You can look for maybe the enemy bot laner, right? So far, Sand Ninjas have been pretty reliant on having Black and Panda ahead to make things happen in these games. Getting mid pressure from the Fizz and camping the living daylights out of Black might be the kryptonite to Sand Ninjas winning this series.
Yeah, but we do see something interesting here. Black Mass and I believe Isuck are swapping lanes here. Black Mass is going to be going top lane with the set, and Isuck is going to be going bottom lane with that Samira here. So it is going to be just a little bit different. You know, we have seen Black Mass on kind of carry style champions and has been putting the team, I don't want to say completely on his back, but has been in a position to carry his team. It just seems like the weak link, for the most part, has been that top lane, and that has been how the Sand Ninjas especially got back into that game. You know, we saw Isuck on the Cho'Gath and went 0-7, I think.
Okay, hold on. You're not wrong. I do want to give a little bit of credit to Isuck, though, because it's easy to look bad when you're stuck on weak side in a vertical jungle as like a utility tank that's getting dove over and over again. Like, could he have played a little bit better? Yes, but was he left to an island to fend for himself in a 1 versus 2 on a champion that struggles to stay safe in that situation? Like, also yes, right? Like, I don't want to get too down on him for having bad performances. In my mind, and you'll probably appreciate this, the reason that Sand just didn't win this series last game was Piccolo. You're right. It's mostly the Teemo pick, and honestly, just not even the Teemo pick, but just team fighting positional errors that were like basically everyone made except Black. So maybe Black, part of why this happened maybe is because Black says, get me out of the bot lane. My team doesn't know how to play on AD carry. I'm going to play set and mess this guy up. Maybe that's what's happening. Or maybe it's just to try to keep Swag on their toes and mix things up. But whatever's happening, I don't really know what to expect. Icesuck does play some AD carry, but like you said, Black has been the key carry here for Sand Ninjas, and now everything's up in the air.
Yep. It's really going to be interesting to see how this game plays out. A lot of factors have changed since game 1. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with game 5, the final match of this series, folks. Don't go anywhere. This is the most important game of this bracket. You don't want to miss it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Style Esports Season 6. We are in the one game to rule them all. The one game to find them. The one game to bring them all. And in darkness bind them. We are in game 5 of this best of 5 series. The final match of Bracket 2. Sand Ninjas are on the blue side. Team Swag are on the red. And we are finally here, folks. After a long match. After a long match, we're finally here. And it's about to go down. Baymax is here joining me once again.
I am.
It looks like pretty standard starts across the map.
Yep. Pretty standard starts. How many weeks, how many months of games, matches, climbing the ladder, falling the ladder over and over again, match versus match after match after match, leading up to now, to right now, minute and 30 seconds. Minions are crashing. camps are spawning. Red buff is going to go down to Vandal in just a minute or two, or more like a second or two. This is it. This is everything. $75 on the line for the winner, $25 to that second place runner-up team. Whoever ends up winning this is going to take home the prize. And right now, Sand Ninjas pulling out all the stops. They got a lane swap out of I Suck and Black. Black is heading to that top lane. I Suck going to fulfill the 80 carry role. I don't know how that is going to switch things up in terms of the execution of this game. Black has been a key carry for Sand Ninjas. Maybe this swap will unlock a second carry in I Suck and enabling him to play in his bottom lane role with this Samira. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting game. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing Vandal on this Zac here. We've already talked about how much games he played and how much success he's had, not only this season, but in the previous seasons as well on this champion. Oswald on the bottom lane taking a bunch of damage. Looks like he's just going to peel away. But once again, that Zac pick, you really got to keep your eyes on this Zac. That is a very, very strong player right there.
Yeah, for sure. And not just the Zac, right? Whenever you look in the jungle, you always got to look at the lane matchups too. You got to think to yourself, okay, where is this jungler going to be strong? What are Zac's strengths, right? And Zac's strengths are he can facilitate fights from far away. He can engage from tons of different locations, and he brings a lot of crowd control. He'll lock someone down for a long time. Ooh. I Suck.
Oh, yeah, Oswald gonna die to the Ignite here, but that's gonna be Squishy flashing forward, but that might smell his doom. He's gonna force the flap to heal. Here comes Perklo. That's gonna be a flash. There's the bear slap. There's a little bit of damage that he needs. Perklo is gonna be able to find a kill on the Squishy, and just like in those previous games before, the bot lane is becoming unlocked.
Both the bot lanes, though. This time, actually, it's Squishy who got a kill. I think this is his first kill anywhere near this early in the game, in any of the games. So, and actually, it wasn't Isaac who got the kill. It was Sleepy Giant Panda, once again, who got the kill. Scuttle Crab stolen away, I think, by Wang. Yes, Wang just stole Scuttle Crab right out from under Vandal's face. That is a Pepe hands. Feels bad, man. And all of these small leads on the map, little skirmish in the bot lane, little skirmish in the river over that Scuttle Crab, and suddenly, boom, almost a 1,000 gold lead for the Sand Ninjas.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge upset. If I think Swag is able to win here, it might almost be somewhat of an upset because the Sand Ninjas have been playing just so well in these games that they've been able to get.
Well, Swag won the last game.
Yeah, I'm going to block that.
It was Sand, it was Swag, it was Sand, it was Swag. If the memory or if the rhythm repeats itself, we're gonna see Sand Ninjas come through with a win again because. I've heard that history doesn't repeat
that
itself.
Out of my head is Squishy is caught underneath here. That's a huge chunk of damage. Isaac has been polymorphed. He's trying to find that last bit of damage, but he can't quite find it. The damage has now swapped onto Oswald, but they can't find the damage.
I've heard that history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And I don't know what that means in the context of League of Legends matches, but maybe it means that we can expect the bot lane for Sand Ninjas to once again start out with a lead. Although, if anything, Isuck did manage to force a recall out of Squishy and out of Oswald, but at the end of the day, there's still actually a CS lead and a kill lead in that bot lane in favor of Squishy. It's the one lane that really is going well right now, at least on paper, for Swag.
Yeah, and it's just interesting to see this Sivir going for lethal tempo here. Typically, we've been seeing a lot of Sivers go into Dark Harvest and then build Duskblade of Drakthar and go into like this kind of high lethality build that like spams abilities and gets in a few good auto attacks and not looking to auto attack forever. Is very, very good burst damage here. Speaking of burst damage, Fizz looking for something here. Gonna bait out Perklo just a little bit. There's the troll pole, the knockup from the Zac. He's gonna make them two kiss. Perklo is taking a decent chunk of damage here. The teleport's coming in from the red side. They're trying to find the kill on a Fizz here. Wang Badang is trying to find it, but now he's running for his life, maybe baiting them towards Perklo here, but he can't quite find it. Oswald here is to protect his team, and that might have stopped the teleport from Malphite there, but the kill was still on their side, 1-0. Perklo did manage to get away.
That's a big kill for Swag. If someone's going to carry this early game, it's the Fizz. We talked about how strong the Zach Fizz 2 versus 2 is. Zach sets up so well for Fizz. We saw it on display there, and also just well played by Fizz to bait out the cooldowns for Perklo and Wang Badang, and Vandal waiting for the precise, correct opportunity to strike.
Oh my
Zap
God.
Getting dove. He's got his unstoppable
he's
force.
Gonna flash towards the turret here, and now he's got them underneath turret here. He's gonna be forced to pool, which means Black Mass is now taking up the turret. Will he go down? That's gonna be Zaps is picking up a 1-for-1. Vandal is now on the side. I don't think Vladimir noticed. I think his pool is still on cooldown. Here comes the elastic slingshot. He's gonna come across. There's the damage. He's gonna be tanking up turret now, and he's gonna go down to Vandal in the top lane. That is a 1-for-2 in the top lane.
1-for-2 and a teleport burned by Wang Badang puts that skirmish squarely in favor of Swag, even though a kill did go over to the Vladimir. Dragon also started up by Sand Ninjas, taking advantage of Vandal showing in the top side of the map. So I like the proactivity from Perklo and from iSuck and Sleepy to get aggressive on the bottom side of the map, knowing that Vandal showed his face top lane. That was well played. It helps even out the map score. And now, despite the fact that there is a bit of a that was a 2-for-1 kill lead in favor of Swag, the gold is continuing to grow just little by little in favor of Sand Ninjas, and Dragon, first one of the game, picked up getting that objective on the board for Sand Ninjas as well.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of it is just the amount of CS that Set has over Malphite in this lane. Like, I wonder how much of that gold is that kind of double the thing here is. Oh, Oswald getting dove here. Here comes Samira in from the side, forced to flash away. The heal is going to come out as well, and now it's iSuck versus Squishy here. That's going to be the ultimate as well. Forced to flash away, can't quite get it, and he's going to live with just a hair of HP. iSuck is going to show that he's not quite that bad, but he's going to get away with just the skin of his teeth. Squishy's still alive as well. That is a 0-for-0 in the bot lane.
Squishy is really regretting not getting a second Doran's ring instead of a call.
Fizz going to be able to pick up a kill for himself, but now he's underneath turret. He's going to try to dash away from Perklo as much as he can, but that's going to be the Tiger Stance Dot going to find the last bit of damage onto the Fizz. A 1-for-1 in the mid lane, but the kill is going to go over to Udyr. The kill is going to go over to Fizz.
Yeah. Squishy, both junglers now just picking up mid lane wave, trying to get some CS and experience for themselves. Meanwhile, you were spot on in champs like Vandal trying to hold this wave. Bro, what are you doing? You can't hold that wave.
He does have his passive though. This should force Perklo to go underneath turret if he wants to get the kill. Oh my God. Okay, yep. Looks like Oswald was a little too straight there. Okay, it looks like Squishy is now the target here. He's waiting for the spell shield here, but the spell shield does not stop that much auto attack damage. iSuck is going to be able to pick up a 1-for-0 in the bot lane. Oswald was a little too late coming to the mid, so now they're going to get some free plates for themselves in the bot lane.
Yeah, Swag getting sort of murdered across the map here, and I gotta say, I saw what you were going for mid lane, Vandal. I'm a bit disappointed the execution didn't quite work out for you.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty hypey if it did, but that's kind of disaster for Swag. Now we're looking at about 2,500 gold down. Sand Ninjas kind of popping off. Bottom lane as well. Squishy left in the 1-versus-2. Gets in the death realm himself.
God. Yeah, there's the death brush right there. Still not working. Fizz in the mid lane. Looking for something on a Wang Badang. Look like he's going to be able to find it.
That is, in fact, what that looks like. Here we go. So, Vandal, once again, heading towards the bottom side of the rift. This could be a 3-versus-3. I don't think Swag are aware that Perklo is down there. Now they know.
Oh, yeah. Oswald is going to be knocked into the air with that tidal wave, and a teleport from Set is happening right now. Vandal is there. He's trying to kind of stem the bleeding as much as he can, but Black Mass is running right through the turret to try to find this Sivir here. They're going really deep for this 80 carry. They really want it. Does Squishy have the spell shield, though? They're walking towards the second tier 2 turret, and so much has been spent to try to find almost nothing. They were able to find the kill onto Lulu, but after the teleport, nothing else.
Nothing else. 1 kill for nothing. Quite a few resources used, but 4-0 now on the Ujir. Perkalo is kind of popping off. He's got the chem tank finished. He is really, really big, and he's looking to pay, or Vandal's looking to pay a visit mid lane, but it could end up being jungler on jungler again, and I will take the bear any day of the week at this point. If I'm looking at both these junglers, about a 3,000 or 2,000 gold lead in favor of, no, 3,000. A 3,000 gold lead in favor of Sand Ninjas, and most of it is on Perkalo.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. Fizz doing a decent chunk of damage on a Wanga Bang here, but he does smell danger. He was spotted out by a couple of those pink wards there, so it doesn't look like he wants to go in just any farther just yet. Zach is hanging around the Rift Herald, but it doesn't look like he's in a position to take it. And it's just like things are just kind of equalizing about right now.
Things do seem to be equalizing, which is pretty good. I don't know. I don't know who that favors. Both these teams scale quite well. I think for now, the only reason things seem to be equalizing is because there aren't any big objectives on the map. Both teams haven't put a ton of priority on Shelly, but next dragon is spawning in 10 seconds. Both junglers are making their way bot side, so I think we are going to see another pretty big team fight, most likely, over this dragon, which should favor Sand Ninjas, right? Massive jungle lead for Perkalo. Mid lane, Wang Badang, pretty even with Fizz, but for now has priority, is able to walk down first, is face checking into Vandal. Got to be a little bit careful here, but overall, definitely the bottom half of the map, skirmishing is in favor of Sand Ninjas if they play it right.
Yeah, they do have the waves in their favor as well, which means they really need to look for a fight here if they really want to get this dragon safely. Waves are kind of equal right now, and I don't think anyone really has a particular control here.
Oh,
teleporting. Yeah, Malphite is teleporting down. He's taking this instant where Set was just a little away from the turret. It looks like they're going to use this opportunity to try to grab Dragon. It looks like it's being seeded over to them. So Cloud Drake is going to go into the pockets of Team Swag as an Ocean Soul is the soul for this map. The oceans bring life. There's going to be a lot more green plants around the map and a lot more bushes, a lot bigger bushes across the map. So that's going to be something for Team Sand Ninjas, because honestly, they've been playing a lot of death brushes in these past games.
Yeah, they have, and they've been doing it to a pretty good amount of success. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I like Saps making the teleport play, taking teleport advantage to get that bottom lane dragon, and he's using his unstoppable force top lane on the black, but he might just get dove if he's not careful. Perkalo is here, but so is Fizz running up towards the top side of the map, so Perkalo and black are going to have to back off for now. A lot of roaring and gnashing of teeth and rocks moving around, but overall, nothing really ending up happening. First dragon still did get picked up by Swag. Shelly still sitting right at her spot in that barren pit with turret plating falling. So that's a little bit tragic. Neither team going to get that turret plating gold unlocked. And in fact, in terms of turrets that have actually been felled so far, this game might be the slowest yet out of any of the games in terms of actual structures taken.
Yeah, I mean, by now we would have seen 1, maybe 2 turrets taken across the map for both teams, rather, like collectively. But now we're looking at about 0, but that might change soon, considering that the blue team is immediately on top of Shelly here. They're going to use this opportunity to get a very clean, maybe top turret is my guess. Maybe allow Black Mass to kind of leave the lane, unlock him so that he can roam around and doesn't have to babysit this Malphite in the top lane.
Yeah, and it looks like even without Shelly getting dropped, recall from Zapsis and no teleport is going to mean that Black should be okay to take this turret or not. Recall gets canceled, and Vandal is hanging around. So if Black tries to force the turret down, he might run into some trouble. He's going to think better of it and back off himself. Oswald, a bit of a DC. Unfortunate for Swag, so they're going to drop us into a pause.
Yeah, this is going to take a quick break just now. We're not going to go. We're going to... Okay. We're getting Lulu back. We're getting Lulu back in here, so this pause should be just a little bit longer. I mean, if this game goes any longer, this is gonna be a classic CLG EU versus Taipei Assassins. This is just gonna be a long one where killing wards is gonna be the most exciting thing that happens on the Rift. So let's see how much longer this game goes on. We are already 15 minutes in.
I'm seeing some R's. I'm seeing some R's. We're ready to get back out of the rift. I want to point out something. I feel like just in general, this series, I haven't been pointing out item spikes potentially as much as I should. I want to put out a very important one right now. Zanya's picked up for Fizz. First item, Zanya's shows you that, perhaps counterintuitively, I think Fizz is going to be playing extremely aggressive. Which you might think like Zanya's first item, if he's playing aggressive, why wouldn't you want Lichbane or Deathcap or something that does damage? Zanya's lets you go into that stasis. Zanya's lets you dive deep over and over again, and it helps keep you from getting punished for it. It lets you troll pull forward aggressively and have another way to keep yourself alive. So Fizz is enabling himself to get deep in these fights for long periods of time. And he is trying to be the carry that his team needs in these fights. No. Oswald face-checking
getting
again.
Caught out here. Yeah, he's there's an Imperial Mandate on that Nami, so their abilities are so incredibly strong right now. You saw this Lulu tanking 3 abilities, an ultimate, a bubble, and an auto attack from an E. And man, this Nami does so much damage.
Okay, I do want to point out, how many times have we seen Sand Ninjas with about this much of a lead at about this stage of the game, and they threw it? I think both games that they've won, they were about this far ahead at this point of the game. Or both games they lost, excuse me. They were about this far ahead at this point of the game. And both games they won, probably. Sand Ninjas have been great at getting good, strong early game leads. Haven't necessarily been as clean and clinical about closing those games out and finding the wins. This time there's no Jungle Teemo standing in their way. So maybe they will be able to make that win come through. But still, it definitely wouldn't be too out of the ordinary for them to find ways to get caught out and sort of throw this opportunity away, especially versus a team like Swag, which once again, Swag favor drafting these compositions that have strong wombo combo team fights with lots of AoE damage, right? Sivir, Fizz, Zac, Malphite, lots of AoE stuff, lots of knockups, crowd control, wombos. Wang Badang going in. No.
Yeah, that's going to be Vandal going in, but now he's on a 1v4. That's going to be the Lulu ultimate keeping him alive for just a little bit longer. Squishy can't find the damage, and a teleport is coming in for the set here. The passive is going to be procced by Zac, and he's going to finally go down. This might be the engage that Black Mass was looking for, and he's going to suplex Lulu into his team. That's a 2 for 0 in the mid lane, and maybe also a turret as well, as people are just dying to the mid turret.
People are dying to the mid turret. Sleepy Giant Panda trying to pick up a last couple auto attacks. Gonna go down, giving a kill over to, I believe, Squishy, who is definitely not a bad person to get that kill on. We were talking about this before. In the last couple of games, we've seen how much damage these late game scaling champions can do. It hasn't been a Sivir, but it's been a Kassadin. It's been a Cassiopeia. It's been an Aphelios, right? Even from behind, these AD carries, especially that are late game powerhouses, can really come online with some items. Sivir is no exception. Lethal Tempo means that Squishy is definitely playing for that late game. And there's always, throughout almost any season in League of Legends, it has always been a win condition to get your Sivir to 400 CS and full build. Like that is always a win condition that you have if you have a Sivir on your team. Now, Squishy is undeniably far from that point, but it could happen. It could happen. Third Dragon is spawning onto the Rift right now, though.
I don't want it to happen. I don't
want the game to end before that.
I think for Pony's sake, we need this game to end earlier.
For Pony's sake, Pony's doing fine. How you doing, Pony? Just give me a thumbs up.
Or give me a thumbs up in chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not watching chat. I won't actually see you. I try to watch chat. My phone is dead. I can't watch chat right now. I'm sorry. Dragon Fallen getting picked up by Perklo. So Sand Ninjas expanding their lead a little bit more, 2 dragons to 1. Not a lot of gold, but I mean, they already had a big gold lead, so you don't need gold from Dragon. You'll take the objective. That's fine. And gold lead has expanded to, almost 7,000. I feel like the gold lead is sort of quietly expanding. Like there's not a lot happening in terms of kills, but the CS lead, top lane, and jungle keeps growing. Some more turrets keep falling, like just little by little over time. That jungle and top gap is especially just making the gold lead increase over and over and over.
Yeah, and I think this is how they Sand Ninjas plan to win this game. They just kind of out attrition rather. There's a lot of times where they don't want to outright 5v5 team fight, and even that last fight that they won, they were not the initiators. it was Swag who initiated, and a lot of the times it just feels like Sand Ninja's just like, yeah, I mean, we'll fight, I guess. I mean, if we have to.
Yeah, I agree. Sand Ninjas, they'll show up, they'll be at the objective, they'll be like, all right, we're here for your turret, or all right, we're here for your dragon, and Swag will be like,
it's like, okay,
well, you can't have it. And
I guess
will be like, okay, well, we're just gonna. Sand Ninjas will be like, we're just gonna start it, Mom. We're just gonna start it, and Swag will be like,
I just have better macro than the enemy team. It's not a phase, Mom. Fizz taking a decent chunk of damage from Black Mass here. Once again, showing that like Black Mass on kind of whatever champion he's playing, he has been a kind of commanding force behind his team winning here. So here we go. Vandal's coming in. That's going to be the initiation. He's going to make him a kiss. That's going to be a huge shield here, but it's going to hit nothing as that troll pole goes down. The suplex is not going to be enough. That is the shutdown that Fizz was looking for, but with Vandal in the bot lane and Fizz with no teleport, that is going to be the call to get onto Baron.
There's no way this works, right? Absolutely no way. It can't be. Zapsis, Squishy, all running over. Most of Swag wising up, thinking, Sand Ninjas, you tried it once. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We're getting you off that Baron. Baron is retreated off of, still at 8,000 HP. So Swag able to pick up a nice shutdown kill onto Fizz in the bottom lane and not lose anything for it. Well done. I do like the plays from Sand Ninjas. This is not the first time this series that they've tried to sneak a Baron while Swag made a play on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And it sort of worked the first time. Didn't work this time. But sometimes you gotta just skill check your opponent, make sure they're still not sleeping, right? Especially when it's this late. You just gotta make sure they're still awake. Like, you guys still awake? We're gonna go ahead and just start Baron at 20 minutes. Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. You're awake. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Never mind. That is something to talk about, right? I mean, we're in a game 5. Like, this is a very long series. We're pretty late into the night. Like, how much of that is impacting these players right now? Like, player psychology is not something we can like for sure talk about as casters, especially in a remote position like this. But how much of that is affecting the players right now? Like, how much of them are like running on fumes from like the amount of energy that they're losing from a best of 5, or even from being so late at night? I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time.
It's a lot of mental endurance and stamina. You can get fatigued for sure. I speak as somebody who has been in lots of best of 5s. I'm on a collegiate team, and I've been on collegiate teams for a while. We've played our fair share of tournaments. We've played lots of long days, and it wears down on you big time. And in best of 5s and long tournament days,
wait a minute,
it's all about who has the best endurance.
Going a huge chunk of damage on Wang Badang here. He's looking to turn it around. There's the pool. Here comes the unstoppable force, but it was a little too soon. He goes golden, and that might be the Lewin he's looking for. He's going to flash forward, and they're going to retry on this Baron here. Fizz is down in the bot lane. Malphite does not have teleport, and now they're going to look for it. That's going to be the suplex, but that's going to be the ultimate from Lulu. They're looking for the kill on a Black Mass here, but he's going to get a huge shield and a kill onto the Lulu here. They're continuing the Baron. Vandal is here. They're trying to look for it. Malphite is running into the bottom lane, and they're trying to get it here. They're going to dash forward, going to try to look to kill the Black Mass, but once again, a huge grit shield is going to keep him alive in this engagement. Now, Perklo did want to look for the Sivir there, but wasn't able to find it, but that is insane. Such a great pickup for Sand Ninjas here, and that might be how they win this fight.
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose tempo in this dragon, but double teleports mean that Wang and Black are right in the action already. Did they jump the gun, though? They might have went too early. Swag are here.
Yeah, but Unstoppable Force is still down. Black Mess is on the backside here. Here comes Perklo in from the side here. Squishy is incredibly low. He's going to get destroyed by the Vladimir, and now the rest of the blue team is showing up. Zapsis is trying to run away. Oswald is trying to keep his team alive, but he can't do much. Fizz is now here. He's looking for something, but he's going to die before he can go golden, and that is going to be another kill for the blue team here, as immediately off the Baron, they back, they teleport, they get more kills. 4 for 0 around this dragon.
and Swag, an extremely ultimate reliant team, pick a fight over that dragon with no ultis available. I am 99% sure that at the start of that fight, there were 0 ultimate cooldowns. Oswalds and Vandals came up very quickly afterwards, but it was just not enough. When the first deaths were coming through, the resources weren't there. Now Sandin, as they find their 3rd dragon of the game, they are that much closer to an Ocean Soul. They're also got Baron buff pushing down this mid lane inhibitor turret. Black splitting the map, taking bot lane inner turret away as well. 14 kills to 8. We see an 11,000 gold lead. Shinkari, this is game 5. Sand Ninjas are this close. You can't see my fingers, but they're real close together. They're this close to
they're
winning.
This close together.
The series.
How close are they together?
Close.
They're this close together.
Exceptional, so close. My you can't even see the air between them.
Yeah, you can't. I can't even see your fingers. They're so close.
Exactly.
Together.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm glad we're on the same page here. Sand Ninjas are about to do it. They are knocking on the door of winning that $75, of winning bracket number 2.
Oh, his. Oh my God! I've never seen that interaction before. Those suplex got spell shielded, but Sen just kept moving.
He just kept going. He's just like,
yeah,
never
he just
mind.
kept going.
Never
He's just
mind.
like, I'm still in this. Okay, Black Mass once again looking for Squishy, but not going to be able to find him. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is pushing on the top lane here. You gotta abandon that inhibitor. Guys, there is a team knocking on your top door here. You can't just let this go. Squishy doing so much here, trying to keep Perklo off this inhibitor.
Trying to keep Perklo off the inhibitor. Now Black, he is maybe looking to start a fight. I was afraid of the spell shield. Squishy does get the spell shield burned. A lot of speedy movement speed champions on the side of Sand Ninjas.
Yeah, the Fizz ultimate was burned, and now the Sivir ultimate as well. They're on the hunt, but can they find the damage? They're going. Here's the bouncing time, but where is the damage? Squishy isn't in there right yet, but there's the damage for the blue team as Samira gets a quadra kill. Are they going to give them the penta? They're not. It's going to go over to Udyr, but this might be the end of the game. 5 members in the base, such long kill timers here. They're just going to tank up the turret. That is going to be the game, the set, the match. That is going to be your winners of bracket 2, your winners of the game 5. The long game is finally over. Sand Ninjas are your winners. Sand Ninjas are your champions of bracket 2.
Sand Ninjas winning everything. They were the second bracket anyway. They win the second bracket here. This is so surreal because I feel like season 6 has been going on for so long, and here we are, the culmination of everything. Like Sanders just won, and frankly the surrealness is added to what's happening by the fact that I did not expect Sanders to win this series, and I also did not expect it to be a 5-game series. I thought Swag were gonna win. I thought Swag were gonna win 3-0, maybe 3-1. And then right out the bat, Sand Ninjas come swinging in game 1. They instantly just they clock Swag upside the jaw, and they give me a nice uppercut to my prediction as well. I'm just like, okay, all right, I got to rethink what's going on here. And then, lo and behold, 3.5, 4 hours later, 4 games later, the series is over. Sand Ninjas win. They're going to get $75. Congratulations to Swag also, who are going to be our second place team. They're getting 25, so they aren't going home empty-handed. Congratulations to both teams. That was a phenomenal series to watch. Yeah. And the weirdest thing is I feel like maybe just because I'm getting more tired and less critical, but I feel like the first couple games were not as clean as the last few games. Like I feel like there were more egregious mistakes, and everything got cleaned up a little bit by both teams, which honestly surprises me because, like you were talking about earlier, in these long series, it's all about the stamina. It's all about the endurance. It's all about how well you can prevent mental fatigue from just closing in on you and turning everything black and gray. And what's happening? I don't know. Am I on the bottom side of the map? Why am I here when Baron's spawning? I don't know. Is that team doing Baron at 20 minutes in? Why are they doing Baron? Should we stop them? Can we stop them? I don't know what's happening. I'm asleep. Well, you're not asleep. You just won. Sand Ninjas are definitely not asleep anyway. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm going to send it back to you, but wow, good job, Sand Ninjas.
Yeah, for sure. And I really got to give it to Perklo for sure. I mean, he did troll me one game, and I'm still kind of bitter about it. but I think Perklo was like one of the biggest playmakers of this entire series. Honestly, like, shout outs to Perklo 100%. What a absolutely impeccable play from him across multiple different champions. Not on Teemo though. I will not give you props for Teemo. How dare you?
That's fair. I want to highlight quickly Fizz also. I feel like Fizz was probably the most consistent player of Swag. Most games, big playmaker for his team.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, for sure. But with that, we are going to call that a night. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, press that follow button. You know, there might be some new folks in here who have never seen Style Esports before. Well, we do League of Legends nearly every day. This is a great place to be if you want to be watching some amazing 5v5 teams in League of Legends. If you're feeling generous, press that subscribe button. But can we please, for the folks who are still in here, please throw out some heart emojis for our good friend Lil Pony, who is in Eastern Europe right now, and it is like 6 o'clock in the morning. It's nearly 7 o'clock in the morning. He has done so much for us today. He's the real MVP of this whole map, of this whole match. He is the real MVP. Thank you so much. But from myself, the entire live broadcast crew, thank you all so much for tuning in, for staying with us through this long match. Thank you all for being cool in chat, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.